Oh yeah. Okay. All right, we're live. I'm trying to figure out the Instagram streaming thing because I forgot momentarily that you need to go on Instagram and start your live. So give me just a second, guys. I'm doing the thing. So if you're watching here live, thank you for being here. Just give me a second. Okay. Audience, public. Let's see if it works. I think I have my streaming stuff set up. We might not be able to go live on. We might not be able to go live on Instagram because I'm not sure how to make it work. Okay, we're going to forget about the Instagram thing because I can't figure out how to make that work. Bear with me, guys. This is my first time going live in this way, and I'm not really sure how to find anything. So I'm using Ecamm Live, and that's okay. We're just going to be on Facebook and on YouTube. Of course, also, I'm all of a sudden extremely hot because I left the back door open because I wanted Bert to be able to go in and out and not interrupt me. But now I realize that my heat is blasting because I have the door open. And Bert's like, "Ooh, what kind of tasty things do we have back here?" So hold on, give me 1 second. I'm going to pull up the Facebook and the YouTube. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but it's always like this when you first start doing something like this, isn't it? So let's see. I'm going to put my computer on mute, and hopefully, I don't know if you'll be able to hear me if I do that. So we're not going to do that. Okay. All right. So I think some people are watching on YouTube. So thank you guys. Let me just open up the Facebook and see if that's working as well. And then we're gonna figure it all out. So it says I'm live on there. Woo. Okay. All right. So if you are watching this live, please feel free to comment and interact. I think there is like some way. I know Bert's having a major struggle. I think there is like some way to look at him. He's gonna come running around. I'm just gonna keep talking, and then if people are chatting, honestly, I think YouTube is the best place to chat. So if you're wanting to chat, please come over to the YouTube because I think that's what I'm gonna probably see the most. All right, so welcome, one and all. I'm Tori Mystic. If you don't know me. I'm going to put this on the screen here. So I set up a QR code. So for this entire evening, I've got a list of my favorite things that I'm going to be sharing with you. And I set up a QR code, which you can see on the screen, right here on the screen. And if you scan that QR code, it will take you to my website where I set up all the links that you can go find stuff. So 90% of the products that I'm going to share with you tonight are available on Amazon. A lot of them are linked through my LTK, which if you don't know what that means, it's fine. It's just linked on there. It's just a way for me to share affiliate links for stuff that's not on Amazon. So most of the stuff here, most of the stuff that's here, I do have affiliate links for. So in full disclosure to you, if you do shop with any of my links, I may earn a small commission, and that commission enables me to keep the lights on here. And I have all the lights on right now, so that would be much appreciated if you're interested in anything. I have a variety of stuff tonight. So truly this is like 25-ish things that I have really loved this year. Oh, Bert, you just got so much drool on my laptop. There's no food over there for you, bud. I already fed him dinner, but like this is dog food right here. So that's why he is just dying, and there's just going to be drool everywhere. We'll hide it. But these are genuinely 25 things that I have loved using this year. If you've been following me for a while, you might know that this year has been a particularly difficult year. My dog, Lucy, who is my beloved dog, passed away in June, and she was diagnosed with cancer almost a year ago. And so we had 6 months since she was diagnosed until when she passed away. And so some of these things are things that kind of helped us get through that. what are you up to back there, man? And then other stuff is just stuff that has been helpful for me to feel normal again, because I really just gave Lucy everything that I had in my body and my mind and my soul and everything for 6 months. And so there are some like skincare and beauty products that kind of just help me feel like girly and beautiful again, because I really had been neglecting everything about myself for 6 months. And then I also, of course, have some dog products, and some cool stuff that we've had a chance to review this year. So Bert's going to be helping me. He's already being extremely helpful. Stuff here tonight. So I'm going to be live for about 3 hours. I started around 5:30 with my little technical difficulties, and then I'll be on here until about 8:30. But if you have any questions about anything, you can scan that QR code. It will also just take you to wearwagrepeat.com/TSN. That stands for Tori Shopping Network. Why not? Just lean into it. Maybe one day I will have my own shopping network or my own network of dog things. Like, who knows? I will have to take a short break at 7 o'clock because I will have to give Bert his pills because he takes epilepsy meds every 12 hours. So that will happen at 7. But otherwise, I'm going to go through this list of products that I have picked out for you guys. There's stuff ranging from under $10 to $1,000. So there's a big range of stuff. And like I said, it covers pet stuff, some personal like beauty stuff, skincare, some home electronics things. There's one thing I forgot to bring downstairs, but it's okay. I'll explain it to you. Won't have to demonstrate it. And we're basically just going to have some fun. So if you are watching this somewhere, I would love to get some comments and likes and all that kind of stuff. Feel free to pop in the chat. I would love to know how to do this better, but we're just figuring it out. So let's see, live chat. Oh, okay. Eleanor is here. Hi. Okay, so let's just get into it, friends. Why not? I'm gonna get a sip of water. All right. So first and foremost, one of our favorite things. I don't know. Bert is like. I don't mean to like have this holding this so close and tight to me, but Mr. Bert back here is very interested in it. So the first thing I want to share with you is our topples. If you're not familiar with the Topple, this is definitely one of our favorite dog products. I use this on a weekly basis, and it comes in these 3 sizes. So we have the small, the large, and this is called the extra large. It comes in a couple different colors. This was a limited edition color that I got this summer in this one, but this lime green, it might be called like green apple or something, and the orange are always available, and there's also like a sky blue kind of color that's always available. I don't know just going to hide this behind my head. Maybe we'll have to talk about this product next because Bert's just like going to lose his mind and then I have to put it away. But first, let's talk about the topples because actually it is next. Ha! I'm a good planner. Okay, so these topples, these are made by a company called West Paw, and they're really great for so many reasons. First of all, they're made in the USA. If your dog totally destroys one of these, you can ship it back to West Paw, and they recycle them and turn them into new toys. So they're very eco-friendly. They're a certified B corporation, and that doesn't mean like A-list, B-list. It just means that they are eco-friendly. I'm not sure what the B stands for, but they are an eco-friendly, sustainable company. Stamped right on here, it says made in Bozeman, Montana. So they are very eco-conscious and environmentally conscious. What I love about these toys is that you can fill them with treats, with your dog's food, with their dinner. Please stop drooling on my laptop, sir. And it's a really wonderful, enriching way to slow down your dog's eating, but also tap into what they love to do, which is lick stuff, chomp on stuff, scrape their teeth, and get in at things. And as you can see, Bert really recognizes these toys because we use them all the time. So these range in price. The small one's $20.95. The large one is $25.95, and the big one is $29.95. You can find these on Amazon. They're actually on Amazon in like 7 different colors, I think. There's 8 different colors on Amazon, but there's limited quantities. So if you want a particular color, you should probably order it. So the limited edition colors come and go. So like this really pretty green is is gone now. It might still be on Amazon, but it's not on the Westpaw website. The standard colors, the green, the orange, and the blue, they're always available everywhere. But if you want a limited edition color and you want it in a certain size, you should order it. So you can scan that QR code on the screen anytime, and that will link you to my website. Again, click on the Shop My Amazon, and you'll find these right away. So the limited edition colors that we have right now are Sunflower, which is a bright yellow, Clover, which is a green that's not exactly like this one. There's River, which is like a really pretty navy blue, and Cardinal, which is a bright red. They always come in the standard colors, though. These are built for moderate chewers. So if you have a really, really aggressive chewing dog, this is not the toy for you. I was dog sitting a puppy, and maybe not these ones. I think I have a small lime green, and it has a little chunk taken out of it because I was watching a lab puppy. He was like 6 months old. He wasn't a little puppy, but he was very aggressively chomping away at this and my other color, and he took a little chew out of it. So these are for moderate chewers. It's really best to kind of supervise. Actually, Bert, there's a little bit of a little tiny treat in the bottom of this that Bert hasn't gotten to. When Lucy was here, there was never a tiny little bit of treat left in the bottom of the topple, but Bert sometimes can't really get to it. Let's see. Can I get it out of here for you, Bert? I don't even know. I don't know, Bert. That one, this might need to go in the dishwasher. Oh, there we go. Here we go. I found a little morsel. It's like not even, he doesn't even know. So you can get these on the Westpaw site. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them in a lot of different places. But let me show you what I really like about these. So while you can fill them with stuff and freeze it, or you cannot, you could just put yogurt or peanut butter or something like that in here and not freeze it. Something cool is that the large and the small fit together. So I promise you it's not that hard. I'm just making it look hard. But the small and the large fit together just like this. And so what you could do is put some of your dog's kibble in here, then put them together, and then they have to roll it around the floor to get the treats to fall out. If you put it with the holes lining up, it's going to be more difficult because it has to make a full rotation for the food to fall out. If you position it so that the holes are on opposite sides, it's a little bit easier because food will fall out with every half turn of the things. So that's the small and the large together. You can also take the large and the extra large, and you can fit those together. The extra large is really big. So it holds more than a cup of food. I would say it holds like 2 cups of food. And you can see when you put that large in there, it almost kind of like fits totally inside of it. So even like the top hole on the large one is not even really showing. But again, you could do the same thing. You could also use this to hold a bully stick or some sort of chew. So you would just kind of stick the bully stick in here at an angle and line it up so your dog could use this as a bully stick holder, and that can prevent like choking and other kind of issues. If you have any questions about any of this, leave it in the comments. Something I would say is that they sell a topple stopper or a topple stand. They sell this through the Westpaw site, and it's this little thing that fits in here, and it has like dog feet on it, and it's so that you could put liquids in here and freeze them. I don't really recommend buying that. I think it's a waste of money. They're hard to get. I haven't bought the actual Westpaw ones, but I did buy other ones that were 3D printed. And what happens when you 3D print stuff, it's printed in like layers, and when I tried to get it out, it would get stuck in there. And sometimes I would have people watching the dogs and they didn't realize that thing was supposed to come out, and they would give the dog the whole thing. So it's kind of a choking hazard. So what I would do is I would just use some Glad press and seal. Press and seal is like the shit, right? Stick some press and seal on here. It's nice and snug. Line it up around the hole, and then you can fill it with your liquids. Of course, there is a chance that it might leak a little bit, so I would put it in maybe like a little Tupperware container and just freeze it that way. So if anything leaks out, it's in the container, and you can let your dog lick that up as well. So that's our topple. I'm going to move on to the next product because Bert's going to lose his mind if we don't talk about it. Is this an endorsement or what? Okay, the next thing that I want to share with you tonight, number 2, and this is in no particular order, but we have to talk about this one because I have to put it away because look at this maniac. Okay, This is the Honest Kitchen. Have you ever heard of the Honest Kitchen? They make dog food and treats, and they use really wholesome, clean ingredients. This right here actually makes 16 pounds of dog food, and it fits in this little box because it's a dehydrated food. I'm gonna try and show you what it looks like, but let's just brace ourselves for what's gonna happen. Okay, I am gonna have to hold it up like this. Okay, no, don't destroy the box. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It's a dehydrated powder inside of here, and you just add a scoop to your dog's bowl, and then you add some hot water, and you mix it all up, and it will rehydrate. And as it rehydrates, you will start to see a lot of the little ingredients that are in here, little flakes of fresh vegetables and fruits and different things. This one in particular is the fish recipe. So the reason why I chose the fish recipe is because it's a high protein content compared to some of the others. Not a big difference. It's like percentage points of protein content. But since Bert is a senior dog and I'm really concerned about him maintaining his muscle mass as he ages because he's starting to get a little skinny in his rear end, I wanted to look for something that was a high protein. This on their website was particularly recommended for senior dogs, so that's why I really loved it. It is grain-free. It contains sweet potatoes, pumpkin, all kinds of great stuff. If we look at Bert, just calm down, calm down. I know it's super exciting, but the list of ingredients here is incredible. So we've got white fish, sweet potatoes, eggs, pumpkin, coconut, bananas, apples, cabbage, parsley, cranberries, salmon, a little bit of garlic, and then a mineral blend. It has all kind of vitamins and supplements, and it's just really, really great. So there's instructions on here on how you can use this to feed your dog. However, oh my gosh, Bert, are you okay? Can you handle it? This retails, their food ranges from $39 to $62 for one of these boxes. So the $39 one is probably a pretty small box. The $62 is probably more in this range. And like I said, this does make 16 pounds of dog food, even though it's kind of a small box. Let's see, right now it currently weighs 4 pounds. It's a 4-pound box, and it can, I know, wait, okay, Charlotte's here. I'm trying to look at these comments, and I don't know how to do it or what I'm doing, so for some reason it won't let me, like, scroll, so I can just kind of see. Oh, wait, here we go. It's happening. Bert wants this really, really badly. So I don't give this to Bert as his whole food because I would go broke. So it would just be too much. It would be too much food. We would have to make a lot. So for a really large breed dog like this, I love the nutritional content of this, but like I can't afford to feed this to my dog for every single meal. So I use it as a topper, and I think it's a really great topper. I just will add like a little scoop. I don't even measure it. I just have a set of like small scoops. It's probably maybe a couple tablespoons. I'm going to say like 2-3 tablespoons. And I'll add it to Bert's food. I add pretty hot water, really like warm hot water, and I mix it up and we wait as long as we possibly can, which is not very long, and then I'll give it to him. You can also use this as a great topple stuffing, and this is something that I like to take on road trips because it's really lightweight and not messy. So like you can take a little Ziploc bag of this Honest Kitchen food with you, and when you rehydrate it, it becomes like a whole week's worth of topple stuffings. So that's what I was doing this summer, and that's what I was really enjoying. Now I have to put this away. Like I said, if you go to the QR code on your screen right here, you can scan it and go to my website, and you will find links to buy the Honest Kitchen through LTK or Amazon. Now I'm gonna go put this on top of the refrigerator because Bert just he won't be able to stand it. Okay, he did such a good job waiting. I'm gonna give you this treat. You wanna lie down? Okay. Here we go. Just, I'm sure everyone can hear you crunching away at that. Okay, so Charlotte says, I used to give it as meals to Starsky in the summers because his appetite would always wane in the humidity, and then he got it as a mixer periodically. Yeah, I think the Honest Kitchen is great as a mixer, a topper, a filling for topples and things like that. For me, I've pretty much always had two large dogs. So some of that stuff is just cost prohibitive to do it for like every meal. You would have to be a millionaire, which I'm not, unless you shop with my links. Okay. Also, I wanted to say this earlier, but I don't usually promote a ton of shopping stuff. And you can even go to my website when I talk about my mental enrichment activity pack. I'll say, your dog doesn't need another puzzle. Stop buying toys. Instead, just play with them. They want to spend time with you. They want to bond with you. However, I am doing a 3-hour shopping live broadcast right now. And it's because right now at this time of year is when literally everything in the world is on sale. It's either on sale right now or it's about to go on sale next week or the week after for Black Friday. And so literally everything is on sale. So you might as well, if you see something you like, add it to cart. Some stuff is on sale right now, and I do have some promo codes too. So you can check that out. But that's kind of why I'm doing this little shopping thing tonight. Okay, now, a related thing. I told you some of this is dog related, some of it's not. So another thing that I want to share, this is like, you may have heard of Super Cubes. This is like the knockoff Super Cube, but you know, you do you. I linked to the official one, and then I also linked to this one. So the links that I found range from like $15 to $35. The $35 one is a set, so it's not like you're just getting one of these. And I think these ones that I bought came in a set of 2, and I bought a couple sets of them. These are silicone, like food saving things. And so what I love about this is each one of these compartments is 1 cup. And it just so happens earlier this year when I was making Lucy's food, oh, okay, something happened to the Facebook feed, and now we are just on YouTube, I think. Sorry, I got an alert on my thing here that we were having challenges. Yeah, I think for some reason the Facebook stream stopped. So we're streaming still on YouTube, and that's good. I'm happy with that. Okay, I'm not happy with that. I was originally trying to stream in Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, but apparently that's just like asking a little bit too much. So here we are still on YouTube. Now, okay, back to this. Each of these compartments holds 1 cup. And so earlier this year when Lucy was sick and I was making her food, it just so happens that each meal that she was getting was 1 cup. I've always fed my dogs 1 cup of food, give or take, for breakfast and for dinner. I have large dogs, so this worked out really well for me. These containers come in other sizes and other like dimensions, but these worked out really, really well for me. So when I was making Lucy's food, I would batch it all, and I would put her portions in here of the protein, the Honest Kitchen or Dr. Harvey's mix or whatever. I would even put her like mushroom, turkey tail supplements, and maybe I would put in some like little berries. I was giving her a couple little pomegranate, what are they called? Arils. I think, in each portion of her food, because that was really great, like anti-cancer, antioxidant kind of thing. A couple blueberries, again, was a great antioxidant. So I was giving her all that stuff. It has a Bert's over there looking for more stuff. It has a nice like metal frame. So sometimes you fill up silicone things and then they flop all over the place, and you can't really put liquids because it's going to make a huge mess in your freezer. But this has a nice metal frame, and then you can put on Bert. I'm seeing him like counter surfing over there. Hey, Bert. I gotta do that. Hold on. Sir. Oh, the joys of live streaming with a live animal. Anyhow, these have a metal frame around it, so it makes it really easy to transfer it in and out of the freezer or in and out of the refrigerator. I use these all the time for prepping the dogs' meals. Now, I just saw someone, like lots more people are getting into cooking for their dogs, and when I first started doing it for Lucy, I was like, I'll put everything in a Ziploc baggie and keep track of it all. Well, it just was like so much plastic waste. I did not love doing that. And also, it's hard. Like, unless you buy a thing to hold the plastic bag open, like, it's hard to put stuff in the plastic bag. And I feel like when you get things out of the plastic bag, there was always stuff getting left behind. Like, I felt like I was wasting food, I was wasting plastic. I just hated it. So these silicone things are awesome. They do have lines in here marking off a half cup and 1 cup inside of the container. So if your dog eats less, or if it's like half a cup of this and half a cup of that, it's really easy for you to keep track. Now, since Lucy is no longer with us, and I still do cook some protein just for Bert to use as toppers, but I'm not really 100% cooking his food. I might get back into that one day, but it was really overwhelming for 6 months of this year, so I needed a little bit of a break. But I have since stolen these containers for myself, and I use them to store leftovers and soup, like all kinds of stuff. Even this summer at the farmer's market, I got like fresh zucchini and stuff, and I just didn't have time to eat all of it. So I chopped it up and put it in these containers. So I've already used at least 1 cup of my leftover fresh zucchini from the farmer's market. But as you can see, there's just so bendy and flexible. And when you want to get your food out, like everything just pops out. I had leftover soup today for lunch, and I just popped out like 2 of these, and it was the perfect amount of soup for me to eat for lunch. I'm probably going to do the same thing for dinner when I'm done with this at 8:30. All right, so these are these little silicone things. Like I said, scan the QR code and you can go find links to all of the things that I'm talking about tonight. And these are really affordable. These are a great gift too if you know anyone who like wants to get healthy, or you just want to buy these for yourself and kind of up the organization level and reduce food waste. I super duper love these. Um, I know. Are you watching Bert? He's just like, I thought he was going to sleep on the couch the entire time I was doing this, but he's not. He's like, what's happening? This is an exciting night. This is the best night ever. Okay, so next on our list, I forgot to bring this downstairs too, so maybe we'll just skip this for now and we'll go to the next thing. A couple things that I have coming up for you, like as a little sneak preview. I'm going to share with you my favorite slippers that I bought last year. I really love good slippers with a good sole on them because I work from home. I'm home all the time, but sometimes I want to like run out to the car or run to the backyard or whatever. And I don't like having my heat blasting. So I keep my house a little bit chilly, and I would rather just wear slippers and sweaters and stay cozy. So I'm going to be sharing with you my favorite slippers that also happen to be on Oprah's favorite things this year. I was just looking at her gift list yesterday or the day before, and they're also Oprah's favorite things. So I'll tell you about those in just a minute. But first, I'm really excited to share with you what I have decided are the #1 poop bags in existence. I've tested a lot of poop bags. I've picked up thousands and thousands of poops. And yeah, thanks, Bert. And as a matter of fact, I just picked up a whole bunch of dog poop in the backyard today, and I used these poop bags, which I'm about to tell you about. So these are from Green Line Pet Supply. The founder of this and the inventor of these, Jennifer, I talked to her on the phone for like an hour earlier this year. Only I could talk to someone about poop bags for over an hour on Zoom, but she has a proprietary blend of something that she puts in here. Let's see, what is it called? A proprietary additive and HDPE. I'm not exactly sure what that stands for, but Jennifer could probably tell us. Not even probably. She like knows her shit about shit. So she would tell us all about it. But here is what's so great about it. So it's $26 to get 24 rolls, and there's 12 bags per roll. So that's 288 poop bags in a box, making it just 9 cents a bag. The bags are nice and big. So here we go. This is the size of one of these poop bags. It's nice and big. It's bright green. It's totally unscented. Another poop bag brand has completely ruined the scent of lavender for me. I tried to buy a lavender scented deodorant for myself, and I was like, this just makes me think of dog poop bags now. Like, they totally ruined it. So I love that these bags are unscented. It's also just less chemicals and stuff going on in your life. And they're nice and ample. Now, I have something I want to demonstrate to you. Oh, also, these are the XL bags. So in here, there's 100 of the extra large bags. They're 12 inches by 20 inches. And so, like I said, I've almost always had multiple large dogs. So these extra large bags are perfect for going out in the yard and like doing a big yard cleanup. You can fit a lot of poops in here. Or if you're someone who has a cat and has a litter box, these are really, really great. I love these bags. Not only are they unscented, they're nice, ample size, but this proprietary additive that Jennifer created to put in here, she did years and years of testing to see how it broke down in a landfill. Because you see a lot of dog poop bags say these are compostable, but they're not really. They're compostable in like a composting facility. But most of us are not taking our poop to our dog poop or our own poop to a composting facility. You're usually taking stuff out to the curb. Most composting places don't take poop. So to say that they're compostable, but you can only do it in like an official composting facility is just kind of a lie. These are actually going to biodegrade in a landfill, which is where most of our dog poop is going when we're picking it up with a bag. And Jennifer has done tons and tons of testing. So these are really seriously the most eco-friendly dog poop bags. And you can only buy them through the Green Line Pet Supply website. So again, scan my QR code that I have right here. If you're watching this on your laptop or your TV, get out your phone, scan the code, or go to wearwagrepeat.com/TSN, and you will find a link to Jennifer's site. There's also a coupon code WWR for 10% off of your purchase. It's already a great deal, $26 for 288 bags, making it just 9 cents a bag. But here's what I really want to show you guys. Okay, I brought two different things. I have gloves and I have heavy snowboard mittens. And I discovered this earlier this year. Oh, my gloves have a hole in them. I need new gloves. But put my gloves on. Oh, you're out walking your dog. You have to pick up some poop. Guess what? These poop bags, Jennifer designed them so that you can actually open them with gloves on. Hold on, give me 1 second. Boom. Have you ever seen something so great? Should we try it with the mittens also? I think the answer is yes. Okay, so that was with gloves. Now, I can't tell if anyone's watching this, and I don't really even care because I'm enjoying myself. Now, mittens. And again, these are pretty worn out. I need new mittens. But I'm going to take a poop bag off the roll as if I were out walking my dog in negative 10 degrees, which is what it was. I mean, you shouldn't take your dog out when it's too cold, but sometimes you do, and especially for a poop break. Okay, watch this. Oh my God. Opened, ready to go with mittens on. Have you ever seen such a thing? If you get it, you get it. And that was pretty exciting to me. I told Jennifer, I was like, I'm going to demonstrate this in the video with my mittens on. And she was like, oh my God, that's a brilliant idea. And I'm really pleased that it worked out. So guys, go buy Green Line Pet Supply. Like I said, it's a woman-owned business. You can only buy it through greenlinepetsupply.com. I think that is the name of the site. But just scan the code here and you will find it. And I do have a coupon code. WWR10 gets you 10% off of your order. These are the XL bags. I don't have a whole box of the regular bags right now, but it's a standard roll. Like I said, there are 12 bags per roll. So depending on how often your dog poops, it's going to last you plenty of time. They're the most eco-friendly dog poop bags, and I have researched high and low. I've bought the ones that said they were compostable, and I have like a little garbage bin outside where I keep our dog poop throughout the week, and then I throw it all out on garbage night. And those compostable ones, sometimes they dissolve in that container within the week, and then it's a disgusting mess that I have to clean up. These do not dissolve in my waste bin outside. I also found an old roll of those compostable bags the other day, and I was like, oh, I'll use these up to clean up the yard. And the minute I took it off the roll and opened it, it ripped into shreds. It like was disintegrating on the roll, and that's not going to happen with the Green Line bags. So I highly recommend. I'm just going to put them right here. These are the best poop bags. So let's see who is commenting here. Very impressive. Misty's, oh, hi. Misty's Closet says, that is awesome. I wear mittens, so I am so sold on those. Sorry for that rustling noise if that was bothering anybody. Mm. Is that not the best demonstration of poop bags that you've ever seen? I mean, who would ever think that you would even want a demonstration of how to open a poop bag? But I think that we were all impressed. So go check those out. All right, next thing that we have up here, I'm going to just check off on my little list as we're going along here because there are some things that I forgot to bring down, but that's okay. All right. Another woman-owned brand, and this is something that you have to get on her site as well, and that is this, Hide and Scent. So this is a really great game. Let me show you it. First of all, it comes in a beautiful box. Like, the packaging is just lovely. It has this box with this very satisfying magnetic closure in the front. It's so satisfying to me. So this makes a really great gift. And I've used this, so it's not as cute when you open it because when you first buy it, it's displayed in here just so nicely. But this is what you get when you open it up. So inside is this little lanyard with this container on it, or like this little kind of card case sort of a thing. Like, it looks like something you might wear and you could carry your credit card and some cash or something, and you could totally do that as well. But there's a cute little doggy on the front here, and this does come in 3 different colors. So you can go to the Hide and Scent, I think it's hideandscentpets.com is her site, and I do also have a coupon code there. Enrichment with Tori will get you 15% off. Now, this is $30 for this set for this game. And I just love the ingenuity of these petpreneurs, especially these women petpreneurs. So she has a special patented, or I think it's patented. I wrote this down, guys. I tried to prepare and take notes here for this. So yes, a patented scent stone. So this is a special ceramic stone in here, and the patented technology means that it holds the scent for longer, so you can continue playing the game for longer. Now, you just want to be careful because you don't want your hand to end up smelling like this because it will confuse your dog. But in here is this special ceramic stone. It actually smells really good. And there's instructions in here on how to train your dog to do scent work games. So what you would do is put this ceramic stone inside of the carrier, and it has holes perforated on the outside so your dog can actually smell it. And then what's really neat about this is you could hang it on a doorknob, hang it on a chair, drape it across something. You could even take it off of the lanyard and hide it under things. You can hide it under pillows. There's all kinds of different ways that you can do this scent work with your dog. And then when you're done, you want to put it back in this sealed bag. What are you doing, Bert? When you're done playing a round of hide and scent, you want to make sure to put the disc back in this bag to keep it fresh. That's why I've had this for a while and it still smells really good because it's a nice, like, the inside of this is coated. So it's going to keep that inside and keep it protected. Now, when you open the box, let's see here. It does come with a certificate of membership, and there's a QR code on the back here with all kinds of videos of how to play the different games. There's also instructions on the games in this little game guide. And I just think the graphic design and just the design in general of this entire thing is just so cute. So I think this is one of my favorite things of this year, but I think it's also like a favorite gift just because it's so kid friendly and dog friendly and everything. So in the game guide, there's instructions on how to introduce the scent to your dog. So there's a little bit of a process, a little bit of setup involved where you want to hold the scent next to your dog and reward them with treats so they start to associate the scent with rewards and tasty stuff. And then she has step 2, start the search, raise the stakes, get tricky, send out the search party, and then the ultimate challenge. So there's different ways to make it more difficult and more challenging, which means that for $30, you buy this one time. It's going to last you a very long time, again, because there's this patented stone in here that holds the scent for a very long time. And for $30, you're going to have, like, I don't know, hundreds of opportunities to play and have fun with your dog and go to, more advanced levels and more challenging levels. And I have done scent work with both of my dogs. So Bert has done barn hunt, and Lucy actually did traditional scent work, trying to find scent that was like hidden in boxes. So we did that kind of training for a while, and it's just so rewarding and fun to do that with your dog. I realized I skipped a page here. There's also some instructions on how to care for this. The scent will fade over time based on usage, so keep in mind that your dog has a really superior sense of smell than you do, so even if you can't smell it very well, it doesn't mean that it's totally lost all of its scent. You can buy replacement scents on the website, so that's something else that you can do. You want to make sure that your dog never eats this or eats the scent disc inside of it. And then over here, we also have more instructions on how to do this with multiple players. It says that you can, use this to hang it on doorknobs or hooks or different things, like I said. But there's also some different guides of like levels of hiding stuff. So hiding it in plain sight in the middle of the floor is a really great place to start. Believe it or not, your dog might follow the wave of the scent all the way around the room before they actually find the object. Oh my gosh, Bert. Like, is my knee on camera? Because it just got so much drool on it. It's unbelievable. What time is it? Oh, it's 6:13. Okay. So this is an awesome, awesome kit. It comes in different colors. This is the standard kit. There's also a kid-friendly version. So if you're looking for a gift idea, I really recommend this. Like I said, you can use code Enrichment with Tori for 15% off. It's just a really great enrichment game. If you're looking to get started with some scent work enrichment, we know that scent work is naturally calming and confidence boosting to dogs. And in fact, dogs who did scent work training versus dogs who did obedience training, the scent work dogs were more optimistic than the dogs who only did obedience training. That's a study that I recently read and shared on my new podcast, which shout out, check out my new podcast, Dog Enrichment with Tori Mystic. And this is actually a product that I recommended on our scent enrichment episode. So I love Hide and Scent. Highly recommend it. It's $30 for this set. It comes in this beautiful box, which is so, so giftable. It is a woman-owned company. It's made in small batches. It's refillable. It's very eco-friendly. You can buy those scent disc refills and play this again and again. So love this a lot. Like I said, you can only get it through the Hide and Scent site as far as I know. So scan that QR code in the corner here or go to wearwagrepeat.com/TSN, which stands for Tori Shopping Network, and you can check out all the things that I linked to on Amazon and LTK, and then the couple of things that are only available on their own site, like Greenline, Hide and Scent, and a couple others are listed right there on that page. All right, so I told you guys right before I talked about Hide and Scent that I had another thing to share with you that happens to be on Oprah's favorite things. I see one question from Eleanor. So she's wondering if there's different scents. I believe there are other scents that you can get, but the scents are not like, oh my gosh, Bert, the drool. The scents, you want to go to the site. They're usually scents that are proven to work for scent work training for dogs. And so you can go and see what they are. Oftentimes birch is a big one that I used to do with Lucy. This didn't smell like birch. This smelled really good, actually. So I'm not sure what the scent was, but you can go and check that out. Okay, so I mentioned before we talked about Hide and Scent that my favorite slippers also are Oprah's favorite slippers, and I just found that out yesterday. So the ones that were featured on Oprah's favorite things are actually these ones. I bought these last year, so they're maybe looking a little bit rough. But what's really great about these, they're called, what do they call them? There's like some sort of name, and Oprah called them this. It's like memory foam or like bounce back or something like that. They have the company is Deer Foam, which I really like. But here, I'll just show you. The insole is a really thick insole, and it's really cushy and padded. It's Return Energy, or it's like something, the word energy. It's worn off because I've been wearing these all year. But it's a very soft insole lining, and then it's a very thick, cushy foam. And I've been wearing these for a whole year, and although the outside, I could probably use a little cleanup on them, this is not degraded at all. Like sometimes if you pull the insole out of your sneakers after wearing them for a year, it's all like smushed down and like disintegrated. This is in really, really great condition still. So I'm going to pop this back in here. But the reason why I bought these and why I was interested in them in the first place is that here's the other ones. These are also from Deer Foam. So these are the Fireside brand by Deer Foam, and these are real shearling. So it's not like a faux shearling; they're real shearling. And the reason why I wanted that is because it's naturally sweat wicking, and it keeps your feet warm, but not too warm. And the open toe, it makes it so that you don't get like too hot, but they're still really soft and cozy. And like I said, I do like having a big, thick sole on my slippers because I work from home all the time, but sometimes I want to go out to the car and get something, run to the mailbox, or go in the backyard with Bert for a second. And these, aren't going to get really worn out really quickly because they both have these nice thick rubber soles on them. So the reason why I was interested in this booty kind of slipper versus one like this, I ordered both of these last year because I think they were on like super duper sale. So check out the Deer Foam's website. These range, I tagged them on Amazon and maybe also LTK. Scan the code and you can go find them all. But they range in price from $35 to $64. But like I said, last year I bought these on the Deer Foam site. And excuse me, they were really on sale. I have an incoming call. Hold on. Am I still streaming? How do I delete this? Okay, are we still live? Oh man, I feel like we're getting messed up here. Okay, are we back? That was my dad calling me, and clearly he's not watching my live stream if he was calling me. So, Papa, I know you're not watching my live stream, and I'm offended. Okay, let me explain. The reason why I wanted this booty slipper instead, and I ordered both of these, they were on major sale on the Deer Foam site last year. I'm just going to wipe off some drool with my shoe. Is because when I wear slippers like this, I grip my toes and it like fatigues my feet. And I feel like I was getting cramps in my feet. And I also feel like I was having like knee problems because I was always trying to like grip and like walk around with my slippers, which is why Oprah and I, besties, love these booties because you're not having to grip it. It like stays on your foot while you're walking. Oh my gosh, you're wearing these right now? Yes. Oh, good. Steve, I'm glad. The glove opening of the poop bag, guys, if you missed that, rewind, go back about 10 minutes or so, and you can watch that. Now, the reason why Oprah and I love these is because they're cozy, they stay on your feet, and you don't have to grip them. Like, I was seriously getting joint problems from like flipping around like in like a flip flop or a slipper like this where you kind of have to grip it and walk it around. So anyhow, highly recommend these. They are one of Oprah's favorite things. They're one of Tori Mystic's favorite things. They're also machine washable, which I've never done, but now that I'm looking at them up close for this live feed, perhaps I should machine wash them. I also have like one of those sweater shavers. I might go around the outside of this and sweater shave around the outside to get rid of some of this pilling. But I've worn these so much in the last year. And like I said, they have this really great insole, a thick rubber insole. Like I've actually never taken this out of here before, but it's just so thick and cushy and it's not smushed down or degraded. There is a ton of dog hair on it, so you can tell that I actually have been using these and wearing these. But I just find it's a faux shearling on here, unlike these other slippers that are the real shearling. But I still do really, really like these. And I highly recommend them. So like I said, they range in price from $35 to $64, depending on if you're getting a shearling one or these slip-on ones. These are the ones that I love the most. These are the ones that Oprah loves the most. So, I mean, between Tori and Oprah, really, what more can you ask for? Oprah, holla at your girl, Oprah has a podcast, just a little side note. Oprah has a podcast, and I was really obsessed for a while at looking at her and her guests and their outfits. And I noticed that on every single episode, she and her guests' outfits coordinated perfectly. And I was like, oh my God, she must tell them exactly what to wear. Then I saw a video behind the scenes of her and Anastasia, who is like the eyebrow queen. She like Anastasia Beverly Hills. She makes eyebrow stuff. And Birdie Bert, Anastasia was on Oprah's podcast because she has a new book out, and she showed up to Oprah's house and was like, "I'm thinking of wearing this or this," and Oprah was like, "Oh, I think you should wear the pink one," and I was like, "Oh my God." The guests come and plan their outfits, and then Oprah plans it around them. I don't know. That was mind-boggling to me. I love Oprah, and it would be my dream come true to go on her podcast one day. So, she's a big dog lover. One of her dogs just turned like 16 or 20 or something. It was very old this year, and she's a big dog lover. I think she has Cocker Spaniels. Does anyone know? I think she does. Yeah, great minds do think alike, Eleanor. Yeah, and thanks guys for bearing with me. I did go rogue for a little bit because I was getting a phone call. Okay, so we have covered a lot of our products. I'm actually right on track. I timed this out, guys, so that I could talk about 8 things in the first hour, and here we are at 6:23. I allowed 6 to 8 minutes per product because I've been studying how they do it on QVC and HSN. And look at this, basically a professional. So the next thing I want to tell you about in our first hour here, can't really demonstrate it for you right this second, but like I said, scan the code, you can go check it out, and it's Philips Smart Light Bulbs. Okay, this might not seem like a thing that I'm recommending to you as a dog product, but hear me out. When I come down to take Bert out in the morning, or as I've been coming down for years and years with Bert and Lucy, we, wake up at all hours, sometimes very early in the morning, and it's dark out, especially in the winter. I hate coming downstairs when it is pitch black. It just feels like hard to wake up, and I'm like, oh, it's so early, I don't want to be up. And also, I gotta like take the dogs outside, and it's like totally dark. It's kind of like unsafe feeling. So I love, love, love programming light bulbs to turn on around my house at different times of day. And I have, oh my gosh, Bert, what are you doing back there, man? He's like, I know where all the food is, and it's back here in this closet. What are you doing? It's 7 o'clock. I'll have to take a break and give him his pills. Okay, so I have 3 different lamps in my house. I have one in my living room. It's right here. One in my bedroom and one in my office upstairs that are set up with these Philips Smart light bulbs. And so how it works is you have an app on your phone, and you can program all kinds of different settings. So you can program it to turn on and off at certain times of day. You can program it to turn on and off when the sun rises or the sun sets or whatever. You can, like, I have the one in my bedroom, maybe not the one in my bedroom, but I have the one here in my living room. It's supposed to turn on at like 6 a.m. or maybe like 5:45 a.m. in case I get up at 6. I want it to be on when I come down here. I have it programmed to go on at like 6 a.m. and then to go off at 8 a.m. And I kind of use it as a signal to myself that if I'm still dilly-dallying downstairs and like looking at my phone and eating breakfast and drinking my coffee, when that lamp goes off at 8 o'clock, it's like, okay, Tori, you really should go upstairs and actually get to work on your computer or do whatever it is that you have to do. So not only does it help me wake up in the morning because the lights are on, but it also is like little signals to me to do certain things throughout the day. So the other way I use this in my office, I have my office lamp programmed to shut off at 7:05. And the reason why I do that is because Bert has to take his meds every day at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. They always have to be 12 hours apart because he has epilepsy, and it has to be very timed for his medication. So my office lamp, if I haven't already come down here to pill him at 7 o'clock, at 7:05 it shuts off, and that's my signal to say, okay, Tori, time to go downstairs. You got to pill Bert, and it's time to also stop working. So I can try and have a little bit of work-life balance, which is hard when you work from home and you work for yourself and you just want to like keep doing everything yourself. So I love my smart light bulbs. They are by Philips. There might be other brands that make them, but the thing is, you need this hub in order to make it work. So I have a hub thing plugged into an outlet in my kitchen, and it's some sort of like little Bluetooth device. You set it up using the app, and it connects to your Wi-Fi, and it enables you to give directions to all of the light bulbs. So I don't think the light bulbs work totally on their own. I think you need the hub, but the hub can also communicate with like other smart things in your home, and you might find, that you want all kinds of smart automations. So I also really like, I have it programmed to automatically turn on at sunset. So since that's a different time every single day, I don't have to go in there and change it myself. It's just programmed to turn on the living room lamp at sunset. And I think I might have my bedroom one turn on at sunset too, and it stays on for like 1 hour because I'm not hanging out up there in my bedroom all the time. In the evening, I'm usually downstairs cooking or watching TV or something like that. So I love my smart light bulbs. They are like $15 a bulb, which is pricey, but I also feel like I thought it was pricey back when we used to buy incandescent bulbs and LED bulbs, but now that everything is like an LED smart thing, I feel like they're all kind of pricey. And for $15, I think this is going to last my entire lifetime. Like the amount of hours that it should work is so many. I'm not sure that I could ever go through all the hours of it. So $15 is a pretty great deal for me. I'm very happy with it. So it makes getting up so much easier. It makes just my routine in my life, and like you can't always live based on like when the sun rises and the sun sets. I wish that we could, but these smart light bulbs just make it a lot easier for me to feel cozy, and also to wake up in the morning and to signal myself to do certain things throughout the day. So again, those are the Philips smart light bulbs. If you scan the code here, you will find a link to them on Amazon, and probably also the LTK link, and you'll be able to find those there. And I really love them. They are also a really great gift. But if you're going to gift them to someone, just double check and see if you need this hub thing, and if that person has a hub or not. I don't have the colored lights. Like mine are just regular, like warm daylight look. I don't have the ones that change to a million colors. I think those are more expensive, but I don't really want my house to be like a million different colors. I just like the warm, natural light. Okay, so we are wrapping up the first hour of this live stream. How's everyone feeling? So far, we've covered some great products. We talked about the West Paw Topple, which is a great way to enrich your dog, to put some tasty food in here, also help them eat a little bit slower. We talked about the Honest Kitchen dehydrated food, which I can't show you again because Bert is going to lose his mind. But the dehydrated food is really great. It's a 4-pound box that once you add water, it becomes 16 pounds worth of dog food. And it's just so healthy, great high quality ingredients. I've had several veterinarians recommend it, especially as my dogs are aging, and arthritis is really an inflammation of the joints. So carbohydrates can usually exacerbate inflammation. So a lot of veterinarians will recommend a carb-free, keto, or grain-free diet to help kind of reduce inflammation. So Honest Kitchen is really, really great for that. We also talked about these super cubes, or the knockoff super cubes, which are a great way to store food. I was using it for dog meal prep, but since I'm not doing that so much anymore, since Lucy passed away, I've stolen it and been using it for myself to store leftovers and soup or whatever, leftovers from the farmer's market sometimes. We also looked at the most amazing poop bags that you can open with a mitten on, which I demonstrated earlier, opening this bag with my snowboard mittens on. Okay, that's saying something. And then we talked about hide and scent. We looked at my favorite slippers, which are also one of Oprah's favorite things. And then I told you all about my light bulbs that I can't live without. So that was our first hour of tonight's Shopping Live with Tori. Coming up in our next hour, if you are still watching and if you're up for it, in our next hour, we are going to look at some different dog technology and some kind of like luxe items, some splurges. So we have some of the higher ticket items that I want to share with you here. But, expensive but worth it, is kind of what I would say. So we have some cool things. We also have just some day-to-day essentials. One of the best-selling, most popular dog products that you will see everywhere once you start looking for it. I might have to grab that from outside, and some other fun stuff. So let me grab one thing from outside. that I forgot to bring in here, and I'll be right back. So just hang tight for 1 second. Okay, friends, I am back. I'm back. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about in our next hour is the most expensive thing that is on this list. But I had the opportunity to do a review of this. It is a GPS dog fence collar system. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. I also have the box. Okay. It smells like snow outside. I love that smell. Okay, so what we're talking about here is the spot on, it's called a GPS fence, but it's actually this collar, so it's a little bit confusing. Let's see if I can get this to balance here, far enough away from a certain someone who's trying to knock it over. Okay, watch, I'll hit it with my arm and I'll knock it over. Okay, so this is the collar. This is like the charging dock. And I have the charger in the box, but this is the charging dock for it. And this is the actual collar. So this is set to Bert's size right here. So this is it. And so I had the opportunity to test this out this year. So this is a splurge. It is $999 for the device, and then you also pay an additional service charge. However, hear me out here. I wrote a very, very favorable review for this product. I was like going into it like, that's not worth it. That's too expensive. And then I got the chance to use it for like a month, and it is worth it. It's really awesome, but for the right person. So if you live in the city and you mainly walk your dog around the city, this is not something that you need in your life. But if you live in a rural or suburban area, if you have a large yard, or if you go on a lot of off-leash hikes, this is something that could potentially make your life a lot better. So the reason why this is called a GPS dog fence and not a GPS dog collar is because it's all based around setting up a geo fence in an area and training your dog to respond to tones or vibrations or static correction from the collar for your dog to avoid those boundary zones. So the collar really corresponds to the fence that you set up. That's why it's a GPS fence, not just a GPS collar. So it will in the app show you exactly where your dog is, where they've been, where they're thinking about going. It doesn't do that, but maybe in the future with AI, it will be able to tell you where your dog is considering going later. That's not at that point yet. But it uses cellular towers and satellites to have a very accurate read on where your dog is and also where this geofence is. So you need at least a half of an acre to set this up reliably. Because of how signals work, there is a little bit of like shift or fade, Tokyo drift, I don't know I forget what they call it, of like an error zone. So like, when you're driving your car in GPS and it says get off at this exit, and you get off at the exit, but on your GPS on your car, it shows you like still continuing straight on the highway for like a little bit. So those signals, it's exactly how the signals on this work as well. So it's not always 100% accurate, but I did find it to be very, very accurate. But that's the reason why you can't do it on a very small space. You need at least a half an acre to use a device like this. So it's really geared towards people, like instead of doing an invisible fence or another brand like that, where Bert's counter serving over there, 13 and a half, still naughty for life. Instead of having to dig a trench and put an invisible fence in, or having to install an actual real physical fence, this is an alternative for that if you have a really big yard that you're dealing with. So this is $999 to get this device, plus there's the monthly subscription. The subscription is nominal. It's not very much. But if you were to get a invisible fence installed where you have to dig the trench, or an actual fence installed, it would be like $1,000 for just like a section of it. Whereas this is not only going to contain and protect your dog in your yard when you set it up, but you can set up like unlimited geofences. So when I was testing this out, we actually were able to go to different dog off-leash areas. There's a lot of parks and trails and stuff around me where dogs are permitted to be off-leash, and I set up a geofence around the area, and we went and tested it out and hiked all over. And if Bert were to approach the boundary, the collar, I had it set to emit a beep. And Bert, I had trained him to, when he heard that beep, come back to me for a reward. So that's how the collar works. You really have to put the time into training your dog. So this is not for someone who doesn't want to train their dog, which if that's you, like, why even have a dog? But if you don't want to train your dog, this is not for you. And if you live in the city and only walk in the city, this is not for you. But if you have a dog that is going to big off-leash areas, if you have a big giant yard yourself, if you do want to train your dog and keep them safe and know where they are at all times, this is a really, really great device. The charge lasts a really long time, so I was charging this every single night just so that I had a good routine, but I think the battery will last even longer than that if you're going to leave it on your dog for a while. You can set up some safe zones, so like if you can set the house to be a safe zone so they could have the collar on and not get alerted that they're near a boundary. It just really depends on how your space is set up. But I wrote a long review about this on petful.com, petful.com. You can go on there and search Spot On, or you might even be able to search Tori Mystic, and you can find my long and very honest review of what I thought about this. Like I said, I went in prepared to be like $1,000 dog GPS collar. That's not worth it. But I have to say, after testing it out, I was really, really impressed. The app is so, so good. And the customer support was so, so good. Because when I first started training Bert on this, I was like, I can't hear the tone that it's making. So, like, how can I train him on this? Like, can I turn the volume up? And the customer service people said, no, you can't turn the volume up because it is set at a safe level for your dog's hearing. So it's very intentionally set at a certain volume. However, you can set your phone to training mode. So your phone will emit the beep and you can use that to train your dog. So how it works is like when you get close to the boundary and it beeps, you lure your dog away back to you and you give them a treat so that your dog is trained whenever they hear that beep, it's time to retreat and go back and find mom. So again, the Spot On collar, you can find this on Amazon. So if you go to the QR code over here, you can go to my Amazon shop and you'll be able to find this. It's a splurge, but it is like hashtag worth it. I really, really like this a lot if you are the right person and the right dog for it. So Bert is 13 years old. I was able to train him to learn how to do this. You could easily train any highly motivated dog to respond to this. So highly recommend the Spot On collar. I'm going to move this over here and we'll get talking about our next thing. How's everyone doing? If you're watching this, I know I was trying to live stream to many different places, but apparently that was not going to work. So we are just live streaming here on YouTube and just hanging out. We're already over an hour into this. I'm testing to see if I can talk for an entire 3 hours. Okay, so we talked about the Spot On collar, which is a splurge for sure. I will acknowledge that. The next thing I want to share with you is probably one of the most popular dog items in the country, one of the most popular dog wearable items in the country. After that, I'm going to share with you, I have hanging on a hook back there my favorite rain jacket that keeps me dry. It's actually waterproof. A lot of things say they're waterproof. That actually is waterproof. So that's coming up next. But right now, the most popular dog thing, any guesses? You might have seen me just show it. Any guesses as to what the most popular dog thing is? When you walk around, no matter where you are, what city or town you are in America, you will most likely see a dog wearing this. It is the rough wear harness. I swear, this is totally non-scientific. I'm making this up, but I believe this is the most popular dog harness in America. Everywhere that you go, a dog is wearing this. And for a good reason. It's really great. It's $54.95. Which I remember when I bought this, I was like, well, that's kind of a splurge. Meanwhile, I'm talking about this $999 dog collar. But I remember like $54.95. I was like, that's kind of a lot. When you could just used to be able to buy a collar for like $15, right? But I really love using the harnesses. It's just so much safer and better for your dog. My dog Bert now, he doesn't really pull and yank me around because he's an old guy. But when he was younger, he most certainly did. And Lucy used to drag me around when she would see people wearing neon green vests because she thought they all had treats. Because a crossing guard in a neon green vest always used to give her treats. So she would drag me around like up until the day that she died to go find treats. So we became big fans of using harnesses. This is the large / extra large. So these come in, where is my little thing? Extra small through large / extra large. Bert and Lucy always wore the L/XL. Now, I don't know why they don't just why they call it the L/XL. To me, just call it the large. But I guess it's so that other people don't feel like limited by it. But I love it. It goes on your dog's head right like this. This part comes up underneath and then around the back of their front legs and clips right into place. So it's really easy to get on and off. I've tried other harnesses where the dog has to step into it and then it clips like behind their shoulder blades. And I just feel like I'm trying to put a tuxedo on an octopus. It is so hard to wrangle it onto the dogs. This one is not like that. This is so easy. It just goes over their head and then you snap on one side and snap on the other side. Technically, I think that you can clip your leash onto the front here. It is called the front range harness, but I've always clipped onto this metal ring on the back. It's very sturdy. The stitching is so sturdy. If you're clipped into here with a proper leash, it's not going to come undone. Maybe a real Houdini of a dog could figure out how to get out of here, but I've never seen any of my dogs get out of here. There is also a hidden Velcro compartment here for ID. And there's a little tag in here. As you can see, I don't have any ID in here because I actually have a tag on the front here that has a QR code with all of Bert's info on it. But Bert usually does also wear a collar. If we're going out somewhere, he'll have or if I'm going to be off leash or something, he'll have a collar with an ID tag. But he also has this one on all the time that has a QR code with all of his info and my contact information. This comes in a ton of colors. So there are 7 colors available on REI. If you scan my shopping code and go to my site, you'll find this linked on LTK and also on Amazon. It comes in 7 different colors. Some of them are limited edition, I feel like, or they're only out for a little while and they change. So if you see something you like, you should get it. This particular like marine blue that I have is no longer available. There is more of a cobalt blue, and there's some other different options. There's a nice purple that's kind of in this tone. It's like a dusty purple kind of, that is nice. Lucy had an orange, a bright orange one that she wore for a long time. There's a great pink color. There's a lot of different colors to choose from. And like I said, it is $54.95. We've had this for years. It's really sturdy. It lasts a really long time. My sister had one of these for her boxer, which, boxers' body types are kind of difficult to fit with things. But this collar worked really well for them. Since it comes in extra small to large / XL, it does fit a lot of different dogs. And I would say it's probably the #1 dog harness in America. I mean, does anyone disagree with me? I don't know. Oh, Steve says set up a second camera just for Bert counter surfing. I should do that. Yeah. I'll have to just booby trap the whole house so you can see Bert. Right now, he's just sleeping right next to me. I don't know how I could show that. I can't really figure out how to show that right now. But as I predicted, I thought he would just be sleeping through this entire thing. But he was very active, and now he's figured out that he's not going to be able to eat a whole box of the Honest Kitchen, so he's just given up on it. So like I said, there's 7 colors. Oh, on REI, and then on Amazon there was 11 colors available. But some in some sizes and some not in other sizes. So if there's a certain size that you want, definitely go check that out. All right, now I have to share with you my all-time favorite rain jacket. Oh, and Steve says a Houdini dog actually doesn't get out of this. There's the Webmaster harness, the doggy straight jacket. I think that's the one that comes up and also it has like a second like tier to it, right? So Roughwear, they make great harnesses. There was a harness, this is so crazy, but side story is that one time Lucy and I were almost on a reality show that was supposed to be like the Great Race, but for people and their dogs. So instead of being two people on a team, it was you and your dog. And we made it to the finals, not on the show, but like the final of people being considered for the show. And we went to this insane training for 2 weeks to like see if we could handle being on the show, I guess. I don't know. And they gave us this like super crazy Roughwear harness. It might be the one that you're talking about because it was like rear end. I guess it's not the one you're talking about because it was for like rock climbing. So they had us like zip line or rock climb or something with our dogs where we had to like strap them to this like double-sided harness thing and then like strap them to our backs and then rappel down a wall. It was really crazy. I think I might still have that harness. I'm not sure if I gave it away or not because I was like, I'm probably never going to use this again. I'm probably never going to rappel down a wall with my 75-pound dog ever again. So that's that. Okay, now I'm going to change my camera because I think I can do it so it's like tracking me. Give me 1 second to figure this out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now we're having fun, people. Now we're partying. Okay, so is it following me everywhere? No, it's like, where did you go, Tori? Here's where I am. Back here. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys this. Let me see how far my camera will go. I might have to pivot it. Hi. Okay, here we are. It's showing me, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to move this over slightly. This is our next thing that we're going to be talking about over here next to me. But for right now, let's look at this. So this is an LL Bean rain jacket. I'm trying to get it to show my full length, but it like really is fighting. It's fighting the urge to do that. But this is an LL Bean rain jacket. This is the H2 off. Again, I test things really thoroughly. I do so much research for everything that I buy. I've had this jacket for several years. When I bought it, again, I was like, oh, that's kind of a splurge for a rain jacket because it was like $200. It's $200, but right now it's on sale. So I think it's $189. I have the unlined version, or it's called like the mesh lined version. There's also one that has insulation that would be more of like a wintry or like a cold day one. I like the one that's just mesh lined. You can put your own layers underneath of it, but it is totally waterproof. So the H2 off line from LL Bean is waterproof. It has all the taped seams. Once you get yourself all bundled up, you're not going to get wet. So I've had so many other rain jackets that I wear them to walk the dogs, and then you come home and you take off your jacket, and underneath everywhere where the seams are, you're just drenched and soaking wet. With this jacket, I don't have that problem. So you can see this is the black. It comes in black, navy, and then it comes in another color. I think it's called burnt sienna, which is really pretty. And the burnt sienna in the insulated version is on super sale, I think, right now. But it's just nice. It has snaps here on the cuff, so you can actually, if it's really cold out, or if it's pouring rain, I will snap the cuff a little bit tighter to give me like more protection, but I usually wear it on the wider setting, but it's an adjustable cuff, so you can control that a little bit. It does have a zippered interior pocket, which I really like. I use it for my phone or my wallet or whatever, and it zips shut so your stuff's not gonna fall out. So like if you take this and you go to the movies, which I wear this jacket to the movies sometimes, and you take your jacket off, you don't want to like lose your wallet in the movie theater, especially on the gross movie theater floor. So you can put it in this zippered pocket and stuff will stay in there. It also has two just like regular pockets, and it zips up and it snaps shut. So if it's really pouring down rain, you want to zip this up. It has, I know that my video is cutting me off here, but it does have a two-way zipper. But you can zip it all the way up, You can snap it for extra. But since the zipper is like all weather sealed and has this extra placket, it's going to keep the water out and you're not going to get wet. It also has this hood that comes up, and the hood has an adjustable bungee drawstring so you can make it really tight. If it's windy and rainy, it has like a little extra protected brim here. So you can't really tell, but there's like a reinforced brim on this hood. So it's not going to collapse on your face. It kind of like stays out. So it protects the rain from falling on your face. Wear this with a baseball cap and you're not going to get wet. I love it. I have the longer length. So this ends, you can't see because it's like, it doesn't want me to show you this, but come on camera. I have it so that it goes like just above my knee, and I love the longer length on this, on a rain jacket, because I really want to stay dry. And like, this is a dog walking essential for me. So if you're in the market for a rain jacket, if you've tried different rain jackets and you feel like they never work for you, check out this LL Bean one. Like I said, it is my favorite. It is usually $200. Right now, it is on sale for $169. So it is seriously on sale. I highly recommend checking this out. It is linked to in my LTK. So you can't get this on Amazon. If you scan the QR code, which you can still see in the corner of my screen right here, and that'll take you to my website, wearwagrepeat.com/TSN. Tori Shopping Network. You'll see LTK, and that's where I link to the LL Bean site so that you can buy this. Like I said, there's the insulated one, and there's this one, which is just the mesh. The insulated one is usually $230, and it's on sale, I think, right now for $200. So also a really great deal. It does come in a couple different colors, like I told you, navy, black, and the burnt sienna. It also comes in regular and petite sizes, extra small through extra large. What size am I wearing? Let's see. Okay, I've got the extra small regular. That's what I'm wearing. I'm 5'4". I'm like 135 pounds or something like that. And I'm wearing the extra small regular. I usually wear a size 4. So there you go. That's that. I've had this for several years. I also throw it in the washing machine and the dryer, and it's still held up really great. Usually with waterproof stuff, you want to be kind of careful how you launder it, but I've had this for several years, and it's held up really well to washing it. So that was something I was just very excited to share with everyone because I love this jacket, and I can't believe that like not everyone owns this. So the next thing I want to show you is another kind of semi-splurge thing. It is a pet stroller wagon. I'm going to try and demonstrate for you. I don't think Bert's going to be really interested in getting into it right now. I think he's a little bit over the evening. I've got to give him his pills. So we're going to do that. I'm going to show you our pet stroller wagon, and then I'm also going to show you the brand new dog stairs that I got to get in and out of our car, which I've been meaning to publish a video demonstrating how we use those in the car. Hopefully I'm going to edit that and get that up this week. So let me give Bert his meds, and then I'm going to show you this stroller. Maybe he'll want to get in it. I don't know. Let's see. Stay tuned. Hang tight for 1 second. Pretend there's some like elevator music playing. Okay, I'm gonna tilt this over again, and let's see, maybe I'll like even lift it up a little bit so that we can demonstrate what we want to demonstrate. You know what, maybe it's not gonna let me do that. It's tracking my face. Let me turn that off for 1 second. And 1 second, guys. Okay, there we go. The face tracking thing was like gonna drive us crazy. Okay. Check this out. It's totally silly and crazy and amazing. I can't, hold on, I gotta like be able to see what I'm doing right here. So, okay, this is the Wonderfold Pet Stroller Wagon. I think it's $349. which I know is kind of a splurge for a dog thing, but if it's something that works for you, it's really, really worth it. Wonderfold is a brand that is known for making kids strollers, like for babies and kids. They also make wagons with all sorts of like inserts and add-ons and different things. There's all these moms. It's like a cult of like Wonderfold. I was taking photos and videos of Bert in this at the park recently, and all these moms were like, "Oh, is that the Wonderfold?" Like they were so all about it. So check this out. It has this little locking kind of thing on the side. We're just going to take that off there, and then it opens up. We're going to snap it into place, put this little Velcro thing over it, and then we're going to open up the handlebar, and check this out. This is a enormous giant dog stroller wagon. So what's really cool about this, you're like, how are you going to get your giant dog in here? Well, I'm glad you asked. First of all, I'm going to hit the brake so that it's not like rolling around anywhere. And then I'm going to open this up, and it becomes a fold-out ramp. I hope you guys can see that. There's a fold-out ramp on the front and the back of this thing. Let's see if Bert wants to go check it out for just a second. Hey, Bert. I'm going to put a little dog bed in here just to make it a little bit easier for him. And put that out of the way. Hey, Bert. Pretty Bert. Come here a second. I'm going to see. We have been training with this, so let's see if he'll go. You want to go up in the ramp here? Go ahead. Come here, Bert. Go ahead. Ready? 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 Okay. There we go. All right, so we could close this up. This has a little zipper on both sides. I'm going to take the brake off, and then stay there, Bert. Good boy. So you can see if you have a dog that has mobility issues, or you have a big dog who it's too hot in the summer to really go out or do things, or maybe you want to go somewhere where you can walk there, but you're worried about them being able to walk back. This wagon stroller is awesome. I also think if you do any kind of dog sports, this would be great. So like I said, we used to do barn hunt. Which way does this go? We used to do barn hunt together, and when you're not doing the runs, your dog has to kind of stay off to the side. This is like a little rolling X crate. So if you're taking a collapsible crate or something like that with you to dog sporting events, why not take your dog in here? You can roll them around. You can roll in all the stuff that you're planning on taking with you. It's very easy to manipulate around. Bert and I, we've done a little bit of training in here, not a ton, but he's already very comfortable with it. And then let me show you how it also opens up in the front here. So again, we're just going to unzip it here. And then, there you go, Bert. You can jump right out the front. Voila. So this is just really fun. There are some pockets on the front here, so you can put some supplies or treats or whatever it is, whatever you're taking with you. There is, I have folded it and put it away in here, but there is also like a cover that comes out across the entire top here. Let's see, let's just check it out. It's totally mesh, and it zips along the top. So if you are out on a trail or something with your dog and you want to make sure that they're not going to be able to hop out of here, if there's, you don't want that to happen, and there's not really a way to contain them, to like attach them on the inside. There's no tether or seatbelt or anything like that. So this extra additional mesh lid or cover, I don't know, lid is kind of a weird word to use for this, but this additional cover that you can put on here, it's totally mesh and lots of airflow. It's all mesh on the sides here as well. There's some additional, I don't know if this is like, I don't think it's a pocket, I think it's just reinforcement, but it's totally mesh on the side here, and then it has the ramp on the front and the back. So the ramp sides are not mesh, obviously, because they have to be this hard, sturdy material for your dog to be able to walk up on, but there is a great braking mechanism, which, let's see if I can get this so you can see my feet. It's just, you use your foot to turn the brake off, just like a kid's stroller. And then you use your foot to engage the brake, and it doesn't really go anywhere. The handlebar has this like faux leather covering on it. And then when you're ready to store it away, you just collapse that down. See, I'm gonna turn the brake off so that I can move this around a little bit. And then I have, this is just like a crepe mat, like really thin little bed in here. I just found that the like material of this was kind of slippery and hard for Bert to stand on by himself. So that's why I use the crepe mat inside of here as well. But then when you're ready to collapse it, let's see, there is some sort of trick. I remember. Inside here, there's just a little, like a little pulley. You just pull that up, and then that's it. It collapses, and it like self-locks itself right on here. So like I said, this is $349. It does come in other designs, so that there's a smaller, more normal sized one. But it's really, really great. The brand is Wonderfold. I linked to it in my LTK, so you can get it directly from Wonderfold. It's large capacity stroller/wagon for pets. It is not available on Amazon. So there are some Wonderfold strollers for kids that you can find on Amazon. This particular one is brand new this year. I actually got first dibs on trying it. They sent it to us like mid-summer, and we got to play around and test it out. And Bert is just like the perfect candidate for it. So if you know of any large dogs who maybe still want to get out and enjoy the world, this is great for enrichment because they can still go out and sniff things and socialize and see people and look at things and experience the world. A big problem that happens when dogs get older is that they're just limited to their house or their yard and they don't get to go out and explore things. So, you know, this is a great solution for that. Your dog doesn't have to be contained to the house just because they're older and they can't get around. So I'm really enjoying this stroller. I just think there's so many opportunities for it. I never thought I would be a dog stroller mom, a stroller dog mom, you know, because I always had big dogs, and there's never been a pet stroller for big dogs before until this one from Wonderfold. It just came out this summer. It's brand new, so it's not even on Amazon, but I do link to it through my LTK. If you just scan the QR code here in the corner, you can go and check that out. Like I said, it is $349, and I bet you there's going to be some kind of Black Friday sales. So go click over there, check it out now, share it with your friends. There's a great video of Bert using it on my LTK, so if you go there, you can go check that out. Now, the next thing that I want to share with you, the next couple of things, are all senior dog and person related. So I'm going to do my best to demonstrate this next thing. But this is basically what it is. It is stairs for getting your dog in and out of the car. I'm going to see if we can just use the stroller as like a pretend car kind of thing. Let's roll it around. Let's roll it around. And is the brake on or off? I can never tell. Okay, now the brake's on. Okay. And push it against the fireplace and like just kind of try to keep it a little bit sturdy. So I want to show you these dog stairs. They're by a brand called Owleys, and I got these this year because I was using a dog ramp for a while, and I hated it. I hated it every day. It was the worst. The ramp was so big and bulky. Whoops. The ramp was so big and bulky, I was always like, there has to be a better solution out here. How has no one invented this? I was like, I'm ready to go out there and invent my own dog ramp because this thing is just the worst. It was so hard for me to set it up, to get it in and out of the car. It took up a huge area in the back of my car. And when I was using the ramp, I had Bert and Lucy. I'd actually bought the ramp years ago, but we never really got into the habit of using it because Lucy did not like the ramp. I guess she didn't like how it was open on the sides. She just didn't like the feeling of it. She didn't like the ramp. So although we had had it for years, we never used it until she was diagnosed with cancer and she had a giant mass growing on her spleen because she had splenic mass hemangiosarcoma, which is a cancer of the lining of the blood cells. Anyhow, I didn't want to put any pressure on her belly. So for years, I had just been having her jump her front feet up into the back of my car, and then I was just kind of boosting up her rear end into the car. I have a like crossover SUV, like a small SUV. But when Lucy got diagnosed with this mass, I no longer wanted to put that pressure on her belly and lift her up into the car that way. So I started using the ramp, but she freaking hated the ramp still. So she was really like going against the ramp. And then Bert, on the other hand, I don't know if he hated it or loved it too much, but he would like take a running start and then like slam onto the ramp. And eventually it developed this like hairline crack along the side of it. And it was getting worse and worse and worse until one day this summer he jumped on it and it just completely collapsed and fell apart. And I had to throw it in the garbage. So I went on the hunt. I'm like, there has to be something better. I had to replace it because he'd broken it in 2 pieces. So I went out and I discovered these stairs. Now let me show you how easy these are to set up. You just go like this. Imagine this is the back of my car, not like a dog stroller. Oh wait, I have an idea. Hold on. Okay, much better. Okay, so these stairs, you just pull them like this. They open up. They're totally collapsible. And if this was like the boot of your car, this is where you would rest these handles. So it has these padded handles, so it's not going to ding up your car. And in fact, the back of the top stair is also padded with foam because I was also worried like, oh, it's going to ding up my like the rear end of my car. But it's all padded in all the right places, so it does not. It's so thoughtful. So you open these up, you put this on like the back tailgate, I guess. Is that what it's called? I don't tailgate, guys. But you put it on the tailgate of your car, and then your dog just like boop, 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 walks right up the stairs. And this has been so much easier and so much better for us. I think it's just because for like the ramp was like not natural feeling to the dogs. They were like, what is this? Why are we doing this? The stairs, I don't know if Lucy would have liked the stairs any better, but Bert takes to the stairs so much easier. It's so much easier to get him up and to get him back down. Just something about the ramp, it was like WWE every time he went to go use it. The stairs, he just gingerly walks up and just gingerly walks down. And actually he wears his rough wear harness, so I kind of give him some extra guidance. Again, with any of these things, you want to train your dog to use them. You can't just like throw them into the deep end and expect them to know how to do it. But I love these. The other thing I love about them is that when I am done using them, I collapse them. I know you can't see this, but I collapse them down to the ground. I grab them with one hand and I throw them in the back of my car. And this is how big they are. It's like the size of a tote bag, of like not even a big tote bag. And so this is how much space it takes up in the back of my car versus that stinking ramp that took up so much space. The whole reason why I got my car was so my dogs would have a lot of space in the cargo area. And then more than half of the area was being taken up by this stupid ramp. So now with these stairs, they just kind of like fit right on the side. They don't take up a lot of space. I love them. Now, I haven't told you how much they cost, so let me just consult my notes here. Okay, so if you look these up on Amazon, they are $153. However, I did not pay $153. I paid $40 for these. And how did I do that? I looked on Facebook Marketplace. So again, I'm not a good influencer because I'm telling you like how to save money other places. But if you go on Facebook Marketplace, for some reason or another, there are always tons of dog stairs and dog ramps to get in and out of the car, on and off the couch or the bed or whatever. There's always tons. I don't know if it's because like people buy them and they like are lazy and don't train their dog to use them. So they're like, these don't work, I'm getting rid of them. Or sadly, I think it could be like their dog is old and they get it and then their dog passes away and they also end up never using it. But nonetheless, people are always selling these. So I bought these for $40. Oopsies, just knocked over my $1,000 dog collar. Excuse me. Just put that down here. And it's like made it so much easier to get Bert in and out of the car. I just love it so much. So anyhow, these are our dog stairs. I am going to be posting a video about these hopefully soon. You can click the QR code over here and you can go check them out. I linked to them on Amazon and LTK also. There's different versions of these. The brand that I got is called Owlies. I can't vouch for the other ones, but I really love these ones by Owleez. And like I said, I didn't pay $153. I paid $40 on Facebook Marketplace. It's eco-friendly. People are trying to get rid of things. You do have to meet someone in the grocery store parking lot in order to get them. But to me, it was well worth it. Plus, like, look how light they are. They're great. These are so sturdy. I would buy them again. Okay, so those are those two products. I'm going to sit back down on my little chair here. I'm going to grab this one thing from up here. Hopefully Bert doesn't go crazy because he also loves these. I got to adjust my camera again because we're going to sit back down. So let's just lower this and go like that. Okay, kids. I've been neglecting my chat. Oh, Emily's here. Hi, hi, hi. Thanks, guys, for finding me on YouTube because I was trying to stream on Instagram and Facebook simultaneously and YouTube, and the Instagram and the Facebook ones just like crapped out. The Facebook one I think was up for like 20 minutes, and it stopped. The Instagram one I couldn't get it to work at all. I wasn't even sure it would work because this is horizontal and that's vertical. So I'm just glad that we're all here on YouTube. So, hi, Emily. I'm so glad you're here. You could fit all of your cats in that wagon for sure. Okay, so now I'm sitting back down here. If you're just tuning in, I have a QR code here in the corner of the screen. You can scan that. It'll take you to my website, wearwagrepeat.com/TSN, which stands for Tori Shopping Network, and you can find links to my Amazon and my LTK. LTK, if you don't know it, it's just like a aggregate kind of thing where you can tag products from anywhere on the internet, so they don't have to be on Amazon. They can be on any other site. There's a couple of things like my favorite ever poop bags, the hide and scent game, and then the Puppo clock box, which I haven't told you about yet, that you can only get on their sites. But I have links to all of those there. And for those 3 independent things that you have to get through their site, I have promo codes for all of them. So you can get a discount. Now, I knew this was going to happen. I knew I was going to get this down off of the mantle, and Bert was going to be like, let me in there. Let me have it. Okay, this is our next thing that we're talking about. This is, again, this whole night tonight. I can't believe I'm almost 2 hours into this. Okay, so very thirsty talking for 2 hours. Now, this is the joint supplement that I am using for Bert. He likes it a lot. He likes the taste of it. Here's what we're going to do, Bert. We're going to walk the walk and talk the talk. So I was showing you guys how much I love these topples because they fit together. So I'm going to take the large and the extra large. First of all, Bert already had some of these today, but he can have a couple more. I'm going to put 2 of these in there. So let me show you what they look like. This is what one looks like. It is like a little brown pellet thing, but I think they're beef flavored, I guess. I don't know if that's beef flavoring, but I'm just going to pop 2 of them in here. I usually throw these in Bert's food, but he's just so tempted to get involved in this. I'm going to use the topples that I was showing you about earlier. Like I said, the large and the extra large fit together. I'm going to give this to Bert, and I'm sure he's going to figure out how to get it apart. So here you go, Bert. And let's see, I do have this other kind of camera angle that we can do that I wonder, I don't know how to do it. Oh, desk view. But I don't have it set up. Wait, are you seeing this? Start desk view. Weird. Okay, weird. I don't know that you're seeing it. You're not seeing it. Okay, sorry guys, I'm messing around. Let me turn off desk view. How do I get it off? Oh, shoot. Oh, no. Maybe just X out of it? Okay, that was weird. Sorry, I got distracted for a second. Let's see, do we have the follow me around thing turned on now? Yeah, I'm just going to turn it off because it's too much. Come on, Bert, where'd it go? Uh-oh. It went underneath my chair. Okay, you got to figure out how to get that out of there. Okay, so anyhow, thanks for bearing with me, guys. Now I feel like we have a very weird camera angle. I don't know what is happening. Hold on, I'm going to get like really close to the camera to try and see if it like resets itself. No, what's happening here? Oh my gosh, I'm just trying to do too many things. All right, well, we'll just leave it on that setting for right now. Okay. Sorry, I'm losing it a little bit here. Okay, so, and Bert's going to end up knocking over this entire table because I gave him this treat, and he's pushing it all over the place. Okay, maybe 2 hours is as much as I can do because we're starting to lose our minds over here. But anyhow, this is the joint supplement that we have been using all year. I was using Wagworthy Naturals for years. That was my friend Jane's business. Wagworthy was awesome. I love the ingredients. I knew the founder of it, but she unfortunately closed and moved into a different direction this year. So I had to go out and seek a different joint supplement. And so this is what I went with. This is the Nature Vet Joint Health Advanced Joint Care. This is, it doesn't say it on here. Oh, it does, down here. Level 3. So this is the level 3. It is the most advanced concentrated formula. So for a senior dog, this is what I decided was best for us. It has all the top hitters of what you want in a joint supplement. So it's got glucosamine, MSM, chondroitin, green-lipped mussels. It also has an enzyme blend in here. It has Boswellia serrata, which is something you should look for in your joint supplements as well. And then it also has hyaluronic acid. So hyaluronic acid is also a really great thing to add to your joint supplements. I'm going to have to hide these because Bert's just going to be so into them. They do smell really good, apparently. But the hyaluronic acid, I think it helps a lot with the lubrication of the joint. So that's listed on here. This supports connective tissue, cartilage health, joint movement, and lubrication of the joints. So that's something that my friend Jane, when she had Wagworthy Naturals, was always talking to me about. Vitamin C is great for joints too. There is vitamin C in this supplement. So it really has like everything that I want in a joint supplement. So this is available pretty much, let's see, anywhere that you want to shop. So click on any of my links. I believe on Amazon it's listed as $54.99 for this container. There are 180 soft chews in here. I give Bert 5 a day. I could go as high as 6 a day. On the back of here, it says for dogs 80 pounds and over 6 soft chews a day. So he is kind of in that range. I give him 5. Sometimes he might get 6. It seems like a lot, but you really want to make sure that your dog's getting the right dosage of all these ingredients. So glucosamine, chondroitin, MSM, Boswellia serrata, vitamin C, all these things. You want to make sure your dog is getting the right dosage because if you're giving them too low of a dosage, it's not going to do them any good. So I love this. I put this on auto ship because I never want to forget about it, but it's $54.99 on Amazon. Click my little link, scan the QR code, and you can go and find it. People are always asking me for joint supplement recommendations. This is something that clearly Bert is dying to get his paws on. He would eat the whole thing, but then he'd probably poop everywhere. But then I could use my poop bags to clean it up, I guess. So I really, really love this. It's a great joint supplement, and I think Bert's doing really well. It also has the NASC seal of approval, which is the National Animal Supplement Council. So it's just really great. There's like no added junk. It's great. I just add it to Bert's food, but you could turn it into an enrichment game by putting it into a topple or something like that. Okay, I gotta go hide this because he's gonna lose his mind. Okay, everyone. All right. Anyone still hanging in here? Hanging out with me on YouTube? Should we have like a little convo break? If you are watching this live, tell me where you are. I pretty much know all of you. But if you are watching this live and you're in the comments on YouTube, just tell me where you are, how many pets you got around you. I hope you can hear me all right. I had tried to be all fancy and connect my wireless microphone, but for some reason I just had too many things going on. It wasn't connecting to everything. So hopefully you can still hear me all right. While we're taking a small little talking break, I'm going to keep talking. But I want to show you when you do scan that code, this is just like a little video of what you're going to see on my site. So I have the replay of this video. There's the shop on Amazon, shop on LTK, and those couple other links that I mentioned. Down below, those little squares are actual posts from LTK. So I'm trying my best to post a lot of these things on there so that it makes it easy to find and shop for the things that you want. But like I said, it is a great time of year to add things to your cart or add them to your wish list because so much stuff is on sale. So I'm not usually one to do a whole lot of shopping, pushing, and promoting, but right now so much stuff is on sale. So it's a great time. I know that a lot of us don't have a lot of extra money right now, but if stuff's on sale and you need it and you want it, is a great time just to buy it and figure it out. And there's also, we're looking for gifts and gift ideas, and we've shared a lot of great gift ideas tonight. So we still have more fun stuff to cover. Now, I was telling you about how we were going to talk about some like older dog items. So we have the stroller is great for older dogs. The stairs to get in the car are great for older dogs, but also great for any large breed dog or any dog that has joint issues. Even like little dogs like dachshunds are known for having joint issues. So you don't really want to like discourage your dog from jumping in and out of the car. I know it seems dramatic because they jump off and off on and off of like crazy things out in the woods, but we just want to reduce the impact on their joints as much as we can to keep them healthy for as long as possible. Bert's over there still trying to get those little supplements out of the topples that I smushed together. I don't know if you can hear him kind of pawing away at that, but hopefully he gets them out soon. So we covered the stairs, the stroller, and the joint supplement. Now there's one other thing that is joint related, but it's for people. It's for me and for you. So this is Nature's Willow. This is a product that I discovered this year, and I actually had the chance to go on a call. There was like a big group call with a bunch of influencers with the founder of this. So the woman who created this, it's a woman-owned business, so I love that, of course. It's a small business, and they're based, I think, down in Nashville. And she created this for her mom. So her mom had bad arthritis and also very sensitive skin. And the problem with a lot of like the Icy Hot and BioFreeze and stuff like that is that they had really strong ingredients that irritated her skin. So this woman did a lot of research to find natural ingredients, and it turns out willow bark is a natural pain reliever or anti-inflammatory. So this has that, and it also has a menthol ingredient, a camphor, and it's just really great. It has this willow bark extract as well, and it's just a very nice, clean, and natural thing. So it comes in a cream that you can apply like to your sore shoulders or your neck or whatever, your knee, your hip, like wherever you're not feeling so great. It also just kind of wakes you up. But what I love about this one, so when you buy the cream, you get it on your hands, and then you have to wash your hands, because if you touch your eyes after putting this on, it's going to be like touching your eyes after putting like Icy Hot on. So you don't want to do that. It smells so invigorating and nice. But this is the roller ball applicator. So you can just kind of roll it on. It's a little squeeze, so if you squeeze it, a lot more will come out. But you can just roll it on wherever you want, and it doesn't get on your fingers at all. So then you can just put the cap on. And it's been really great. I've gotten my boyfriend Michael completely hooked on this stuff. We have bottles of it. We don't live together, so there's like bottles of it at his house, bottles at my house. We take it on vacation with us. We freaking love this stuff. I think I also brought over, oh yeah, they have a itch relief cream. I am a mosquito magnet. I get a million mosquito bites in the summer. So I also have their itch relief cream, and I've been putting that on all of my mosquito bites all summer. But it's just an awesome woman-owned brand. You can buy this on Amazon. So if you scan my little link there, you'll be able to go and check that out. It doesn't have any artificial fragrances, no dyes, no parabens, no gross chemicals. It's a very nice, trustworthy formulation that's not going to irritate sensitive skin. When I was on this call with the other influencers, I don't even know how I ended up in this group of people because they are people who have chronic arthritis or rheumatoid arthritis, and there was just people who really, really needed clinical strength pain relief and inflammation relief help. And I was just in there like, oh, I'm a dog mom. But I do freaking love this stuff so much. So I'm glad I got in their loop. But some of the people in there were talking about sometimes when you have an autoimmune disease, am I using the right word? You'll do a elimination diet where you try to figure out what's triggering your inflammation. And sometimes nightshades, which are like certain types of peppers, can trigger your inflammation. And so sometimes, not this, but other products that are mentholy like this contain capsaicin. And capsaicin is from peppers. And so people who are on a diet where they don't eat nightshades because it causes inflammation, they can't apply a cream full of capsaicin to their skin. It's not going to help them in any way. It's going to make their condition worse. So they were talking about how this doesn't have that ingredient. There's no capsaicin in here. So I just thought that was so fascinating. I was like, wow, like these people in this group really have very specific needs, and this cream is a good solution for them. So it is retailing for $14.99. Let's see, I have it in my notes, but now that I see that, I'm not sure if that's the right number because I linked to a couple different things. There's like a 3-pack of the cream, there's the itch relief cream, and there's also patches. So if you ever have like your back is just killing you, like my back was killing me earlier this year because I was sleeping on the couch for months when Lucy was sleeping downstairs. And so I was putting the willow bark or the Nature's Willow patches, which are like an icy hot patch. I was putting that on my back. So I linked to all of these. They're all on Amazon. Just go and scan my QR code and go over to my Amazon and you can find all the stuff. It's a women-owned brand, very natural, very safe, smells good, feels good, and it genuinely actually works. So if you're out there walking dogs a lot, I'm sure that you have some aches and pains. Maybe you get like yanked in the wrong direction one day. This is something you definitely want to keep around the house for sure. Okay. Oh, I just knocked that totally on the floor. All right, so I'm going to see if I can turn this off of the following thing. Oh, thanks. Some people are commenting, telling me where they are. So Piper's mom, Tacoma, Washington, one Mal side mix and an Alaskan Husky. Oh, the foldable stairs, yeah, especially for your pack. I think they would really like it. So, like I said, I hope you were watching, but check Facebook Marketplace. That's where I bought them for $40, not $153, which is what they're listed for online. And then Terry says, "You're doing great." Oh, this is one of the best one of these type of programs I've ever seen. I love all the research you put in. Thank you so much. I think sometimes I over-research things and I'm a little bit extra. You guys don't even know. This is like a toned-down version of what I was thinking of doing. I was like, I'm going to make 25 graphics for all these things because I have this great program where I can put like the QR code and I can put my I have my little video that I set up here. I have all these capabilities. This software is called Ecamm Live if you ever want to use something like this. And I was like, I'm going to create all this stuff. It's going to be so great. But then I was like, Tori, no, calm down. Calm down. You don't have to do all of that. So I'm glad that you guys like it and you're enjoying watching this. Allegedly, I'm staying here going live for 1 more hour. This is a test to see if I can go live for 3 hours. I know that this is what they do on QVC and HSN. So I was like, I wonder if I could do that. A lot of people lately have been telling me that I would be really great at that job. And I was like, really? Let's see if I can actually do it, if I can actually talk straight here for 3 hours. So that's why I did do some research and prepare myself because I think that's the only way that I could get through it. I don't just want to be on here like blabbering on and on and on. But yeah, I did say I would be here for 1 more hour, so I'm going to try and do it. You know what? I wish I had prepared more drink options. I wish I had like a tea and a juice and like a wine maybe. It's getting to be about that time. But we are just cranking right along here. And I cannot believe how extremely, extremely on time I am. Because like you said, Terry, I researched and planned because that's the kind of person I am. But I have created this little spreadsheet where I was like, for the first hour, I'm going to talk about these 8 things. For the second hour, I'm going to talk about these 8 things. And we're exactly at the end of the second hour. It's incredible. I am good at this. Okay, so what we covered on this hour of Shopping with Tori Live on the Tori Shopping Network, we talked about the Spot On collar, which, like I said, is a total splurge, $999. But if you have the lifestyle and the dog and the property, it's so much cheaper than installing an invisible fence and a lot cheaper than installing a real fence. You would be looking at $1,000 for just like a small portion of a real fence. And instead, you could spend $1,000 on this collar. You have to train your dog to use it. So it's perfect for the perfect person. But if you're not that person, don't get it. So we talked about this Spot On collar. We looked at the rough wear harness, which is, I would say, probably the #1 harness in America. Different versions of that rough wear harness. I showed you my favorite raincoat. I had like a little modeling moment for that because it's totally waterproof. So again, that's the LL Bean H2 Off rain jacket. I get the one that's like the thigh length version, and it's the mesh lined. There's also an insulated one. The regular mesh one's usually $200. It's on sale right now for $169. When I bought it, I remember being like, this is such a splurge for a rain jacket. I was used to paying a lot less for rain jackets and still getting wet underneath of the jacket because they weren't truly waterproof. They were water resistant. This jacket, the H2 Off one from LL Bean, is waterproof. So I've been wearing it for years, and even in a torrential downpour, in like a hurricane nor'easter conditions, I don't get wet underneath of my jacket. So it's on sale for $169 right now. Scan this code, and then you can go find it through my LTK. It's not available on Amazon because it's from LL Bean. I also showed you our awesome and amazing pet wagon stroller, which I'm obsessed with. We looked at the stairs to get in and out of the car. You can buy those online, but I would just go on Facebook Marketplace for those. I showed you our favorite joint supplement that we're using. That's the Nature Vet Joint Supplement Level 3. It has a high dose of all the essentials that you need if you have a senior dog or a large breed dog or a dog who's prone to joint issues. And then finally, I showed you this Nature's Willow, which I dropped on the floor, but this is just like the little mini itch relief bite cream version of it. So that's wrapping up the second hour of going live here. Are we ready to buckle in for hour 3? Here are some things that we're going to be looking at. We are going to look at a subscription box that I've been working with since March. I'm their in-house canine enrichment expert. So every month I come up with enrichment activities, not just for dogs, but for kids and dogs. So it's a subscription box for families with kids and dogs. It's called Pup O'Clock. It's super fun. And then I'm also going to share a couple other enrichment things with you. I have they're really 3 different enrichment toys. 2 are like a variation on each other, and another enrichment toy that's fun that are also just really great gifts and inexpensive, affordable. One of the balls is $6, this enrichment ball toy that you can play with. And then I am going to share with you my favorite skincare products that I have been getting into and doing my skincare routine this year. So, okay, first things first, let's look at the Pup O'Clock box. This is one of the products that, let me just change my camera, see if it will work for me again. I don't want it like following my face like this the entire time. I don't know why we have this wide angle. I don't know how to fix that. Desk view, I don't want that. No, that's so weird. Okay, I don't know how to fix it from being this like wide angle thing, but we're just gonna go with it. You can have like a like fisheye view of my whole room. Okay, so hold on. Okay, here we have, this is the November Pup O'Clock box. It's a monthly box. So I also have over here past months guides and add-ins and inclusions and things like that. Bert is currently wearing the bandana from the November box. So every month there's a very cute bandana. But what I love about this, you see responsibility, positivity, and accountability. So these are 3 of the mottos of Pup O'Clock because it is for kids who have dog spurt. We're not doing a busy box right now. We're not doing a busy box right now, my love. We're not. We're just going to show the people this. Can we do that? Yeah, can we do that? Okay. So inside the box, there's always a really fun couple of different toys. So this month we have a Snuffle toy. You can have that. That's fine. There's no Snuffles in it. But there's a Snuffle toy. There's also a toy from Soda Pop. Every month there's a Soda Pop toy. These are really great. They're made in America. They're actually made right in, I think, Erie, PA, or at least that's where the company is based, which is right up the road from me. So these are always included. Every single month there is a trading card of a different real dog. So the founder of Pup O'Clock, Brian, he goes on and he finds real dogs who have really great stories, who are dog heroes in their own right. And we have trading cards made with them. So this month it is Sammy, and it comes in like a carrier case, just like this, just like a real trading card would. And then inside we have other things, like there's some recipes, and then there's these guides. So this is like really kind of the best part about these, I think, for kids. Let me just kind of get organized. I had these sort of taped together because I was taking pictures of it earlier. But, Bert, what are we doing here? So every month it comes with the pup guide, and the pup guide is going to introduce you to whoever our new League of Pups dog is this year, or this month. So this month it's Sammy, and Sammy is a dog that has a wheelchair, so he doesn't have use of his back legs, and he's got some wheels. So it's really great to just kind of share awareness about that with kids. So in here there is like a cartoon, like comic strip of Pup, who's like the mascot of Pup O'Clock, who's this little yellow dog here. Every month he introduces the new League of Pups dog to a different thing. And actually in June, Bert and Lucy were in the League of Pups. So we have trading cards and a comic, and actually an animated comic made about Bert and Lucy and Pup. And in it, Lucy is going paddleboarding with me, and Bert is like eating things, which, as you can tell, is very accurate. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Okay, so like I said, there's the pup guide in every box. There's the vet guide in every box. And the vet guide is with Dr. Daisy, who is one of our other partners in the box. And she will give you different tips about pet safety, veterinarian stuff. There's always like an Ask the Vet section. So it says, can I give leftover turkey bones to my dog? Dr. Daisy says, no, don't do that. There's also questions like, what's the best way to keep my dog calm when lots of company comes over for the holidays? She has a training time thing. So for this, she's teaching your dog how to do that pray trick so they can get ready to pray before dinner if you want to. And there's some educational stuff back here about special needs and senior dogs. So that's that. And then the thing that I make for the box every month is the enrichment guide. And there's a really cute cartoon of Pup enjoying our enrichment game for this month. So this month it is a treat towel gobblerito. And it's just a game. I give a little tutorial about how you lay a towel down, you put some treats and you roll it up, and then you let your dog unravel it and find the treats inside. So it's a scavenging and sniffing game. I'm going to put this toy back in here, but let's see. Where's Bert not going to destroy this? Let me just put this over here for now. I feel like I had a lot of my mess hidden. I don't know why the camera angle changed or how to fix this. I wish I could fix this. Let's see. Digital zoom. I don't know, guys. I don't know what happened, why our camera angle is so weird. But some of the other boxes, other months, so there's always a really cute bandana that's included in it. And they're always like a different theme. So in the summertime, there was like this watery tie-dyed looking one. And there's always different guides, just like these were to make some sort of dog treat. We had some like cookie cutters to make another kind of like gold star dog treat. There's always different toys. Like I said, a lot of Soda Pup toys. Ooh, this is a great toy that we had in one of the boxes this summer. This is for like doing some nose targeting. You could put some peanut butter or coconut oil or something like this on here and train your dog to like touch, use this as like a target stick. Boop. So this is very fun. And then this is my collection of all of our different guides that we've done over the year. So We have the 4th of July edition guide where I did an enrichment activity. Let's see if I can remember what it was. This was the one where we were touching and targeting this stick. So that was really fun. I was explaining to kids how to do that. It's a little cartoon version of me in all of these. And I do have a trading card of my own that comes in the flagship box. So if you have nephews, nieces, grandkids, godchildren, whatever, your own children perhaps even, this is such a great gift. And right now you can get 25% off if you go to this QR code in the corner. I think you can still see that, right? Yes. If you go to the QR code in the corner here, you're going to see I have a link to puppoclock.com. You can also just go to puppoclock.com, but use code Tori25 and you can get 25% off. So ordinarily, this is $34.99 a month, but if you use my code, it is just $26.24 for your first month. So $26.24 to get the flagship box. There are 6-month options and 1-year options. So if you really want to be super generous, you could gift a whole year subscription to someone. You could also just do the flagship box and the Christmas box or the holiday box, the December one. The way that the timing works out, you have to order by the 16th of each month to get the following month's box. So if you were to sign up right now, use my code Tori25 for 25% off. You would get the flagship box for $26.24, and then you would get the December box in early December for the regular price of $34.99. If you signed up for the 6-month plan, you would get all of those boxes. It's already discounted plus an additional 25% off with my code. I think it works out to like $22 a box or something like that if you do the 6-month plan. So you would get the flagship box, the December box, and so on and so on. So these are just really great. With every single purchase, they give back to rescues and charities that support the human-animal bond. I've been working with the founder, Brian, all year. He's super nice. He's based here in Pittsburgh, and he just has a really great story about why this is important to him. You can go check them out on social media. Tons and tons of dog trainers and parents and veterinarians and rescues all over the country are posting about it and enjoying these boxes. So again, Pup O'Clock, it's been really fun working on this all year. And I'm so happy to be their in-house canine enrichment expert. So go and check that out. Now, speaking of enrichment, there are a couple toys I want to show you. And Bert, he's probably, I don't know if he's going to be interested in this. Are you interested? You're a little bit interested. There's probably some food residue somewhere on here. So I was recently creating some enrichment content for the Pupper app, which is different than Pup O'Clock. But Pupper is run by my friend Sarah Carson. You might know her as the Super Collies or the Super Collies mom. She was on America's Got Talent with her dogs. And we were working together on some enrichment videos. And she said, can you get a treat dispensing ball to do for one of these videos? And I did not have a treat dispensing ball in my collection. So I went on Amazon and I ordered this. And this is the exact one that I got. It's from Outward Hound, and it's really inexpensive. It's such a great deal. So this is $5.99 for this ball. The only thing I don't like about it, I was kind of expecting it to untwist so that you could put the stuff inside. It doesn't. So you have to like individually put the kibble or the treats inside of here, which means on the plus side, it means that all the stuff will guaranteed come out. Sometimes you put stuff inside of these balls and it's too big to come out of the hole, and it can just be really frustrating for your dog. So on the plus side, whatever goes in will have to come out, but it is a little bit tedious to fill it up. But considering it's only $5.99, I think that's a pretty good deal. Also, what I love about this is it comes in this bright yellow and bright blue, which are two colors that dogs can see. So dogs are actually red-green colorblind, which means they don't really see stuff that's on the red-green color spectrum. But this like neon yellow and blue are colors that your dog can actually see really well. So this is a really great enrichment toy that I highly recommend. This is the Outward Hound by Nina Audison line. And it is available on Amazon and I think a lot of other places. I think it's on my LTK and my Amazon. And then this is another version of this. I have it online in just a different color. The one online is the yellow and blue color, which I would recommend over this one because this red and black, it's just going to be hard for your dog to see. Like I said, they are red-green colorblind. So a red toy is just going to be kind of difficult for your dog to see. But this one, the top does untwist. And I think it's kind of like a snowman shape with like the small circle on the top and the bigger circle on the bottom. But it's a lot easier to fill. I've been feeding Bert his dinner in this. Every now and then I just scoop his kibble directly in here, and it's really easy for him to roll this around. He actually took to it right away. We've never had a toy like this until like 2 weeks ago, and we're having so much fun with it. With this particular one, you can twist the black bars to have different options. So like right here, there's a circle lined up. It's hard to see, but let me take it apart and I'll show you. So there's a circle lined up right here with the opening. You can also twist it around, and you can have a much bigger opening. So see, there's a small circle, or there's kind of like this big oval shape. And then the same thing on the bottom of the container. You can have it set so that it's this small circle shape, or you can twist it around so that it is the much bigger oval shape. So depending on what you put in here, you want to make it so that your dog actually can get the things out. Don't make it too hard. Remember, we want enrichment to be fun, never frustrating. But these are two really great balls that we have been really enjoying. I never had toys like this for the dogs. I used to have something, I think it's the Kong Wobbler, which is shaped like a giant version of this. And I have an old house with these old wood floors, and I always felt like the dogs, like wobbling that wobbler around, they were going to like go through the floor. And I wish there was a ball like this that was not such like hard plastic. But this seems to be all that exists out there. But you know what? We've been playing with it for the past 2 weeks, and it has not been a problem. Bert's actually been enjoying it so much. Some other considerations you might want to think about with this. So like this guy is $9.99, and this I said is just $5.99. So these are really inexpensive. This is a great gift. You know, if you were to gift this to someone, give them some nice little small treats. They're going to fit inside and be able to roll out easily, and you have a perfect gift already done and done. Something else to consider is the size of these. So you want to make sure you get something that's the right size for your dog. You really don't want them to pick this up. It's not a chew toy. It's meant to be rolled around with their nose or with their paws and to get the food out of it. So this ball is really nice because they really can't pick it up. If you have a very large dog, you might want to get an even bigger ball if you can. But you really want your dog to just push these around and unravel and, or not unravel, but like roll it around, and the treats will fall out as you go. For this one, there's just so many different levels you could do because it does have the 2 compartments. So if you wanted to, you could close the hole on the top compartment entirely and just have it open on the bottom, and that would give them additional challenge. So there's just a lot of different levels and a lot of different ways that you can play with this, but these are kind of new to us, and at Bert being like 13 and a half years old, I just think it's really fun that we're still discovering new fun toys that he's enjoying. So these are both linked if you just scan that code or go to wearwagrepeat.com/TSN, stands for Tori Shopping Network, naturally. You will find these linked on my Amazon and my LTK. Again, $5.99 to $9.99. You really can't beat it. Okay, we have one other enrichment toy I want to share with you. We are getting kind of close to 8 o'clock, so I think I'm going to make it, guys, the full 3 hours. Now, okay, speaking of enrichment toys, I don't have like the packaging for this, but I can just tell you what it is. What do you think it is, Bert? Were you going to tell the people? Okay, so let's clean this up. I feel like, oh my God. I'm going to have a lot of cleaning up to do after this, I think. Bert, he's just, it's because the treats in this Puppo Clock Box, Bert goes insane. Like, they're normal treats. Like, they don't have, like, crazy ingredients. They're, like, healthy, kind of plain treats. But for some reason, he goes insane for them, and this box must still smell like those treats, I guess. So we're going to put that out of the way. We're going to put some of these toys out of the way, but we're going to get a little bit organized here. We're not going to destroy this. As a matter of fact, let's just put it right up here. And then you don't even have to be tempted by it, my love. Okay. All right. Okay. You want to hear about another enrichment toy? This is another one that was new to us this year. And I can even zoom in on myself even like a little bit. Or zoom out? I don't know. What do you guys like? I think it's hard to see the toys if we're not zoomed in. I could turn on the face tracking thing again. It's so weird. There we are. But it's kind of fun because it makes it look like I have like a cameraman. But sometimes it gets very close. Like that's maybe too close. Okay. Don't get so close to me. Come on, back off, phone. Okay. I'm going to try and show you and tell you about this. Now, this is, let me just move this so I can see what I'm talking about. Okay. This is called the Woof Popsicle. Now, this is another new toy that I discovered this year. I think it just came out this year. So not only did I discover it, but it's brand new to the world. And it is kind of a licking-based toy. So on the instructions, it says you could put yogurt or peanut butter or different things in here. Ooh, sorry for that noise. Oh, God. Oh, okay. Sorry for the noise. But it's made out of rubber. So like I was just saying how I don't love that those toys are made out of hard plastic because I feel like they're going to roll around and like go through my 120-year-old floors in my house. This is made out of rubber, which is why it makes that awful noise when I unscrewed it. It's also a little bit sticky, so maybe I need to wash these parts separately. But here's how it works. You have to get this mold. So the toy itself, where are my little notes on this guy here? Okay. The toy itself, it comes in a small, a large, and an XL. I believe this is the large size here, so you can see like roughly how big it is. It's maybe like 3.5 inches across or something like that. There's a small, a large, and an XL. The small and the large are both $19.99, and then the XL is $24.99. Now, the only annoying part to me, in my opinion, is that you have to get the corresponding mold to make the treats that go inside of here. I guess you don't have to. Maybe someone can figure out some sort of workaround. But this is like made to perfectly fit. When you freeze something, you just pop it out. The round side of the mold of whatever you've put in here, the round side goes down. The flat side stays here. And then you screw this thing back on, which I'm not going to screw it back on because it's making a weird noise. And then your dog can lick whatever's inside of here through these holes. So this is perfect for like yogurt, bone broth, other kind of liquids, which I'm drawing a blank on, right? This applesauce, maybe? Any kind of like liquid that you want to put in here. This is not good for solids. So if you do want to freeze some sort of like a chew or something that's like chunky, like your dog's kibble or something like that, I would go and just use the regular topple because they're going to be able to get everything out of here. This has like a small opening in the top, so it's great for licking. And whatever you put in here, your dog will be able to lick all of it out. I will say that, if you overfill it or fill it without using this mold, you are more likely to get your filling on the sides. And then when you put the lid on and screw it in, most of your filling is going to end up being screwed in along these lines. So that's why I'm saying you really do need the mold that goes along with it. I kind of hate things that are like a single-use appliance. Like people always say like a lid that's shaped like an avocado to like keep your avocado fresh. That's like a very single-use kitchen item. This is kind of a single-use kitchen item. However, you really do need it. So like I said, the toy itself ranges from $19.99 to $24.99. This is, I believe, the large, which is $19.99. And then you do have to get the corresponding mold. So the mold for the small and the large is $11.99, and it's $14.99 for the XL. So you can buy these as a set, or you can buy them separately. They also sell these like pre-made little refills, or maybe it's some sort of like a liquid that you can put in here for refills. Don't buy that. I think that's a waste of money. I would just buy your own bone broth or use some yogurt. There's some other liquefied things you could do. Like you could actually make a smoothie for your dog with like kale and yogurt and spinach and sardine juice. I've made that before. You could turn that into a liquid and you could freeze that in here and then pop it in here. I should probably tell you what it's called. It's called the Woof Popsicle. I don't think I mentioned the name of it, but it's called the Woof Popsicle. You can find it on all of my links. So if you go to my QR code, it's linked everywhere. It is brand new this year, and I've been seeing a lot of advertisements for it. I've been seeing a lot of people using it. It's not for me, like these kind of things aren't about how long they last for your dog, but does your dog enjoy it and like it? I also think that once you do have this mold, you could batch a bunch of these inserts. So you could freeze a bunch of these, pop them out, put them in a Ziploc bag in the freezer. You could have like a whole stash of these frozen and ready to go whenever. In the summertime, I was giving Bert these like every day. It was just a really fun little like afternoon break, afternoon treat for us. So this is great gift for a dog mom who like wants to get a little bit involved because you have to freeze the things to put them in there. So if you want something that's super, super easy that you don't have to plan ahead or think about at all, you're going to want to go with one of these treat dispensing balls. This is like you don't have to put any pre-planning or thought into this. You just put stuff in here. Your dog rolls it around. With something like the Woof Popsicle, you do have to plan ahead and freeze something to put it in here. You can technically just smear some peanut butter in here, but at that point, I would just use a lick mat myself. But anyhow, I thought this was really cool. I really like it. It's innovative. It's new. And you can get it for just $14.99. Is that what I said? No, $19.99 for this size. And then you have to get this additional little mold, which is like $12. But it's available everywhere. Go check it out. Add it to your cart and see maybe it'll go on sale for Black Friday. This is definitely something worth checking out. Okay, so we have talked about our treat dispensing balls. We've talked about the Woof Popsicle. We talked about Pup and Cloth. I wanted to tell you guys about some other things, but I forgot to bring the products down here, so I'm just going to like tell you about them, and then you can go check them out on my links. Let me just move these aside. I do have to say, my throat is getting a little bit sore. We're coming up on 8 o'clock here, so coming up 2.5 hours I've been doing this. Is anyone watching? I have no idea. I can't really tell, to be honest with you. I think 9 people are watching right now, but I'm not entirely sure. This is my first time going live in this way, using this software, this Ecamm Live software. This is how I record my podcast. So if you have listened to the new Dog Enrichment with Tori Mystic podcast, you can listen to it just like audio version, normal way you listen to podcasts on any podcast app, but there's also a video version of it, and it's very nice because I have graphics and screens, and I put facts, and I put like my listener questions and stuff all on the screen. So if you want to watch that, the video version is on Spotify and on YouTube. And there will be a new episode coming out tomorrow about environmental enrichment. So that's going to be really fun. There's just a couple more episodes to go for season 1. It's flown by so fast. And I've really been enjoying using this Ecamm Live software to record it because I can create all my like slides in advance. And then when I record, there's like almost no editing to do afterward because it's like I like have the slides up as I'm talking. So it's kind of like how I was showing you. I can switch between and say like, here's what it looks like when you go to my site. You can scroll through, like that's the mobile version of it. I can do this all live while I'm recording, so I think that's pretty fun. I'm having fun with it. So a couple things I forgot to bring down here, but I want to tell you about. 2 things. So I already told you about the Philips light bulbs and how I love to have all the light bulbs and all the lamps in my house. I have 3 of them programmed. It's not like I have like 100 of these, but I have 3 light bulbs programmed around my house to turn on at different times of day, like turn on at sunset, turn on at 6 a.m. So when I come downstairs, some lights are on. I kind of like that. Another thing that I love from Philips, I forgot to bring it down here, but actually I'm not mad. It's my alarm clock. So I have this like sunrise alarm clock, I think is what it's called. I linked to it in all my things here. You can find it on Amazon. It's the Philips, I don't know, I just call it the Philips sunrise alarm clock. I don't really know what it's called, but it's $148 worth every frickin' penny. There's other versions of it, similar brands. There's one that I linked to that's only like $27, and it has 2,600 reviews on it. So that looks promising. But I've had this Philips one for years, and how it works is you set like what time you want to get up, and then it gradually gets brighter. It looks like a little sun. It's like a little circle, and it gradually gets brighter, and it wakes you up naturally. Now, we can't all be waking up with the sunrise and birds chirping, although I wish that I could. I wish I could live like Snow White every single day, but I can't. I live in Pittsburgh. Just feel like Snow White doesn't live in Pittsburgh. But with this alarm clock, it does make waking up just so much more pleasant. Are you sensing a theme here? I program my lamps to turn on. I have this like little gentle sunrise alarm clock that wakes me up. And then, like I said, I like to wake up to like the birds chirping. This alarm clock actually has like 2 or 3 different bird chirping settings. So there's no like, it's just like this little like, I don't know, birds of the Northwest chirping. And this morning, that's actually how Bert and I woke up. Some mornings, Bert wakes me up and the room's completely pitch black and it's like 5:30 in the morning. Other mornings, he wakes me up and my alarm clock hasn't fully gone off yet. So it takes like 20 minutes for it. It starts getting bright and then it takes like 20 minutes for full brightness. So if you set the alarm for 6 a.m. at like 5:40, it's just like 5% light. And then it's like 10% light, and then 15. And it like gradually over the course of 20 minutes gets to full light. And then when it's full light is when like the bird chirping sound comes on. So this morning, the bird chirping actually woke us up. And Bert was in my bed next to me, and my lamp that I programmed to turn on at 6 a.m. was on at 5% because that's how I set it. And then my little Philips sunrise alarm clock was like brightening up, and it was this nice like warm, nice sunrisey glow, and the birds were chirping. Guys, can you imagine a nicer way to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning when it was like also, let's just say it was like 24 degrees out probably this morning, and I'm waking up there to like birds and sunrise, and you can't do it naturally, so you might as well do it unnaturally. It makes such a pleasant way to wake up, and I enjoy it so much. So I didn't bring my alarm clock down here to show you, but I'm not mad about it because I'm afraid that if I unplug it, it's going to undo my settings. So I'm actually glad I didn't bring it down here, but I did link to it in here, and I also linked to a very budget-friendly alternative. The Philips one that I love is like under $150. I've had it for years. It's worth every freaking penny. I love it so much. But the budget-friendly one is like $27.99. And again, go check those out. Add it to your cart. See, it might go on sale for Black Friday. We don't know. Another thing that I want to mention that I forgot to bring down here is a UPF 50 sun hat that I absolutely love. If you walk your dog out in the summer, which I'm assuming you do, you should be protecting your face. So last year I started to notice I was getting some like sunspots. Like some people call them age spots. I refuse to do that. Sunspots is what I have on my cheeks. And they're like right here. And I'm like, but I always wear like a baseball cap and sunglasses. Like, why is this happening? And it's because when you wear a baseball cap and sunglasses, this part of your cheek is not protected. So I was like, okay, I need to like get serious because I don't want to look old if I don't have to. So I did a bunch of research. I found this Australian company called Solbari. And if you go to their site right now, they have this awesome, the sun hat that I got. It's called like the holiday sun hat, I think. It's reversible. It comes in a bunch of different colors, and it's reversible usually to like the color, and tan is usually how it reverses. So I got black, and it's like a very like light tan kind of stone sort of color. It's reversible, and it's like a wide brim. It's not like a super wide brim sun hat, but it's wide enough that it protects this part of your face, and it's UPF 50, so it blocks 98% of the UVA, UVB rays. It's usually $75, but right now it's on sale on their site for $56.25. So if you go to solbari.com, I couldn't link to that on any of my things. I did link to it on my Amazon, but on Amazon, it's like 12% off. And on their site right now, I think it's like 25% off. So if I were you, I would go to solbari.com and order it there. There's so many cute options you're going to have a hard time picking, to be honest with you. There's men's and women's versions. They also have other UPF things like apparel. They have long sleeves and turtlenecks and hoodies and all kind of stuff. So if you want to protect your skin from the sun, from potentially getting skin cancer from the sun, or just from getting age spots, which I'm just calling sunspots on your face, I highly recommend that. So I did link to that. It's one of my absolute favorite things that I bought this year. The other added bonus of that sun hat is that when I'm walking in the woods in the summertime with Bert, and formerly with Lucy, there was always all these like little buzzing gnats. And I always thought maybe it's because I have such short hair, that the gnats and like little buzzing insects were always like buzzing around my ear. But I'd be walking around the woods, I'd be walking like this to keep all the bugs away from me. And like luckily there weren't a lot of people around, but that's like, let's admit, like that's insane. You can't be walking around the woods like this. So when I wear this sun hat, since it is the rim that goes all the way around, or the brim that goes all the way around, the little annoying buzzing bugs didn't get near my ears, and they didn't go in my eyes either. So I could not be a bigger fan of this hat, and I'm recommending it to everyone. And I think I look fabulous when I wear it. If you go click over here, you'll see there's a picture of me on that page wearing it. And so you can go check it out for yourself and decide for yourself if I look chic or not. But I don't really care because I like it and it's protecting my face, and I've become like really into it. I won't go anywhere without it. So my sunrise alarm clock, so it's kind of ironic. I like the sunrise alarm clock because it's like waking up with the sun, but then I'm buying this hat to keep me out of the sun. So it's a little bit contradictory, but you know, such is life. Such is life. Okay. Hi, Jen. Thanks so much for tuning in. I like the bird sounds too for alarm. It's much calmer. It's a much nicer way to wake up. I call it like waking up like Snow White is how I kind of feel when I'm doing that. So I love that so much. Okay, so we are making great progress. I just have a couple more things to tell you about, which is like my skincare products. So, okay, this goes hand in hand because I was just telling you about my sun hat, which I adore and love. And then I have a couple of skincare products down here. Excuse me. So I linked to these. These are all available on Amazon and probably on my LTK as well. So I have a vitamin C serum. I have a hyaluronic acid serum. And then I also have this great sunscreen that I love. And they really all kind of go hand in hand. I have a couple other things that are part of my skincare routine. But if you want a longer video with everything and the exact routine that I follow, I'd be happy to share with you. But I'm really happy with my skin right now. And so I thought I would just share this. Like I said at the beginning of this live, which is like hours ago at this point, is that, you know, my dog Lucy, for the first 6 months of this year, like January through June, sucked. She was dying of cancer. I was sleeping on the couch. I was like not sleeping very much on the couch. I was working the bare minimum. I was devoting every little bit of energy that I had to Lucy and just enjoying the limited time that we had left together. So that really, really sucked. Watching my dog die of cancer, and it just took a huge physical and emotional toll on me. So at some point this summer, I was like, I need to feel better about myself and I need to take care of myself a little bit. And so I did a little bit of research online, and I actually used ChatGPT to help me come up with a good skincare routine that I could follow, because I get a little bit confused about when you can use like exfoliating AHA, BHA stuff and when you can use vitamin C, and like, are they going to counteract or each other? Like, are they going to cancel each other out? And when can you use this and when can you use that? So I came up with this whole skincare routine. I wrote it on a Post-it note in my bathroom, and I stick to it every single day. And this is basically my morning routine. So if you want to know about my nighttime routine, let me know. It includes a retinoid ointment that I use a couple times a week, and then an AHA or BHA or something like that exfoliant that I use also like on alternating nights. But these two I use every single morning. So when I wake up in the morning, I wash my face, and I might wash it with face wash if I've used the retinoid cream the night before. If not, I just splash off my face with some water. And then I apply this vitamin C and ferulic acid and vitamin E serum. And I like it because it's in this little pump bottle. So what I do know about vitamin C is that you don't want it to be exposed to a lot of air. So previously I had it in a container kind of like this, and every time you opened it, oxygen was getting in here and it was oxidizing the vitamin C serum. So this is in like a totally sealed container. You just do this pump. I do 2 pumps on this side and 2 pumps on this side, and I wipe it in and rub it on my forehead. And then if I have any extra, I put it on my neck or the backs of my hands or something like this. Vitamin C is very brightening. It is an antioxidant that evens skin tone and helps build collagen. Okay, and then it says that vitamin E and ferulic acid extend the life and effectiveness of the vitamin C. And it says we use 20% L-ascorbic acid for maximum benefit. So this is a really great quality vitamin C for the money. Sometimes vitamin C serums can be like over $100. I was getting a facial somewhere and they were like, oh, why don't you get this vitamin C serum? It was like $150. I was like, no, pass. Instead, I got this one and it is $25 on Amazon. And I've been using it for a while. I can't really see how much is left in here because you don't want it exposed to oxygen or light or anything. You want to keep it in a nice protected bottle like this. This is great packaging for vitamin C. And I just do like 2 little pumps on this side, 2 little pumps on that side. I've had this for maybe 6 months and I still have plenty left to go, I think. And it's just $25, which is a really great deal. I linked to it here. It's on my Amazon. I love this. It's been really, really great. I feel like my skin does look more radiant and glowy and just more even, and I'm really, really happy with it. Now, the other thing that I apply after that is this hyaluronic acid. So this is 2% hyaluronic acid plus B5, vitamin B5, and there's some ceramides in here. And this is from a brand called The Ordinary. If you're not familiar with The Ordinary, it is really great because it's very, very affordable. This is under $10. This is $9.90. This is $9.90 for this little container. If you were to buy this from another brand like Dr. So-and-so or whatever, it would also be like it would be $50 to $100. It would be so expensive. This is $9.90 for this little thing. I'm only halfway through and I've had it for a while. And again, after I put my vitamin C on, I wash my face, I put my vitamin C on, then I put this hyaluronic acid. So it says apply a few drops to the face in the morning and evening. So this hyaluronic acid, it helps to lock moisture into your skin. So if you're getting dry skin, especially like right now, my skin is so dry because the heat is kicking on everywhere and just like going out in the cold and then coming in with the heat on, my skin is so dry, it's like flaking off. Hyaluronic acid is something you want to put on before you put your moisturizer on, and it helps to kind of draw the moisture into your skin and create more of a moisture barrier for your skin. So I put this on right after I put my vitamin C, and then I put my like daytime face lotion on. I just use Olay face lotion. It's not fancy, and that's what I put on every single morning. And then the last thing that's part of my skincare routine that I want to share with you is this Biore UV, what is this called? Aqua Rich. It's broad spectrum SPF 50, and I love it so much. So I found this because I was looking at like a Korean beauty site. You know that like Korean beauty products are really in right now. Korean beauty is also really about protecting your skin from the sun. They're not about being tanned and golden. They like to be very protected from the sun. So I found this on a Korean beauty site. And I was like all ready to order it from overseas and everything. And then I was like, let me just look around a little bit. And I found this is the American version of it, which you can get on Amazon. But the other day I was at an Asian grocery store near where I live, and they had this. So you can buy this on Amazon for $14.59. It was like around the same price at the grocery store. It might have been like $13 or something like that at the Asian grocery store. But at the Asian grocery store, they had the American version and they had the Asian version. So I want to go buy the Asian version and see how it compares, because I think it is supposed to be like more protective than the American one. But this goes on so nice and light, but it's SPF. UPF is for clothes, SPF is for sunscreen, and it's SPF 50. So like I said, I'm trying to protect this side of my face and everything. So I make sure whenever it's sunny, I put this on. I'm kind of lax when it's cloudy. I don't put it on so much, but it smells really nice. I like it. My boyfriend Michael's always like, oh, what did you put on? And I'm like, my sunscreen. So I really, really like it. It's the Biore UV Aqua Rich SPF 50. I linked to it here. If you go here, I highly recommend, if you want a little bit of a skin glow up, to get these 3 products. So this vitamin C, like I said, it's $25. Other comparable things are like $150. Someone tried to sell me a $150 vitamin C. It was the same size as this. Now, this is the Ordinary's hyaluronic acid. This is $9.90 for this container. And then this is the Biore Aqua Rich UV SPF 50, and it is like $14. So if you get these 3 products, your face, my skin is so soft and so moisturized. I'm so happy with it. After, a really hellish first 6 months of the year, deciding to kind of put myself first, but finding affordable products that really worked, it just made me feel really good. I don't want to spend a fortune on anything. And so being able to use these and not be stingy with it. Sometimes if you get a really expensive product, you're going to be so stingy with it, so it's not going to work. But with these, I can use like the right amount because they're very inexpensive and affordable. So highly recommend checking these out. Now, we are at the end of this marathon. We did it! We made it to the end of 3 hours of me talking here. So just to kind of recap some of the things that we featured tonight. Again, you can scan this QR code. It will take you to my website where you will see you can watch the replay. You can find the links to shop on Amazon, LTK. There's a few things that aren't available on those platforms that you have to go to the direct site to find them, but you can go check those out there. It is wearwagrepeat.com/TSN, which stands for Tori Shopping Network. I hope you enjoyed your time here with me. We talked about so many things. We talked about dog enrichment toys, from the Topple to the Woof Popsicle to the treat dispensing toys, to all kinds of fun stuff. We also talked about some tech, like the Spot On collar, which is a GPS dog fence. It's not just the collar, it's a GPS dog fence that replaces a buried line for an invisible fence or an actual real physical fence. So although it is about $1,000, it's more affordable than those other 2 permanent options. I also showed you my favorite slippers, which happen to be Oprah's favorite slippers. Here they are. These are the Deer Foams. If you buy anything that I recommended to you, get these. They're so cozy. I linked to them directly on this website that I have the link for right there. These are on Oprah's favorite things. I love them so much. Look at the insole on here. It is this very, very thick rubber. It's so cushiony. It's called like energy return or something like that, because you're not supposed to feel so much foot fatigue. I was having knee pain from like flip-flopping around in other sandals where I had to use my toes to grip on and walk around. With this little booty, you don't have to do that. And I just haven't had as much knee pain or ankle pain or leg fatigue from wearing a booty like this. So I love it. No wonder Oprah loves it. Oprah, if you want me to be on your podcast, call me anytime. I'll be right there. Okay, just had to get that out there. We also looked at some other really great stuff for senior dogs. So the pet stroller wagon from Wonderfold. I love, love, love this. It's a little bit of a splurge too. It's $349, but I think there might be a sale. You should keep your eyes peeled for Black Friday. It's really too cool. If you didn't see my demonstration, go to the link here, and there is a link to a video, I believe, on my LTK where you can watch Bert and I in action, or it's also on my Instagram. So let me just pull that up. Let's see. Yeah, you can find me on Instagram. Whoop! Over here at TMystic is my Instagram handle. You can find me over there, and I have videos of all this other stuff there as well. We looked at some different skincare products that I love. We looked at Nature's Willow, which is a great roll-on alternative to BioFreeze. It's all natural ingredients and woman-founded. We looked at the Pup O'Clock subscription box for people with kids and dogs. We talked about so many great things, and I really thank you so much for joining me here tonight. I had a lot of fun doing it. If you're not familiar with me, I'm Tori Mystic. I've been blogging about my life with dogs for over 13 years, and I'm also a certified canine enrichment technician. So it's my pleasure to test out all of the latest and greatest dog stuff and also dog mom stuff, because we have to take care of ourselves. I learned that this year because the first half of this year was a rough one. So we do have to take care of ourselves. Speaking of, let's make sure to take a little hydrate break. And with that, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. The frozen. Okay, I didn't realize that I missed some comments here. Marlene says, "Where's the frozen recipe that you mentioned?" I think you're talking about the wolf popsicle thing. So the wolf popsicle, you freeze stuff, you put it in here, and then you pop them out just like that, and they fit inside. Oh, I hate that noise. They fit inside of this toy, and your dog can lick it out. So this is a really great frozen thing. The Honest Kitchen is a great dehydrated dog food that you could use. You add a little bit of hot water to it. You could put it in a topple like this and freeze it, and your dog could lick it out. And so I think that's what you're talking about. And then, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and checking this out. I hope you did enjoy it. If you buy anything, please let me know how you like it and what you got. And this was a fun experiment. So thank you for being here with me tonight. I can't believe I made it all the way to 3 hours. I mean, I guess like I'm technically a little bit short. What are we? We're at 2 hours and 48 minutes, but I think I can call it, right? I'm starving. I need to go eat some dinner. So thank you guys so much for being here. I'll see you around the internet somewhere. Have a great night.